Well, kia ora everybody and welcome here to Rodney Green Arenas here in Napier. It is round 8 of the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And tonight's match has the Hawke's Bay Hawks, the home team, up against the Tauranga Whai. The second time these two teams have met this season. Looking forward to seeing this rematch unfold over the next 40 minutes or so. Glenn Lava here with the call. Kason Bookman alongside me. And last time, Kason, these two teams went in the Rapid League about a month ago. The Whai won 41-33, and they've been going quite well in the Rapid League.
I mean, they are in form, winning 5 of their last 5 games. They are playing lights out. As you can see, they found their way to the top 3 of this ladder.
Yeah, really good, isn't it? One stage they were 2-3, but now they're 7-3, so they're just nestled there with Nelson and Wellington, who are on the top at the moment. Hawke's Bay, meantime, there they are in 6th with a 6-5 record. As we look at the other teams still fighting hard as they want to try and move up the table over the next few weeks or so. So it should be a good clash between these two teams. Let's have a look at the starting fives now in this particular clash, starting with the Tauranga Whai, Jaden Boucher, Jet Thompson, Denham Brook, who's been in excellent form, particularly his outside shot. My Otto Greensill and Jaden Bazant, who of course has been averaging at 9 points per game in the Rapid League, and a couple of rebounds as well. He's a key player for the coaching staff in the Whai. And for the Hawks, going to have a look at their team. Ryder Moore, Harry Keeley is there again, Jacob Murphy, a key player, Kopi Kara, Ezra Eagle. These 5 have been pretty solid all season, along with the backup of Maz Taylor, and tonight Cade Cartwright gets an opportunity, the son of former Tall Black Darryl. So looking forward to seeing this Hawke's Bay team get into it again. And Jacob Murphy, no doubt, he's a key player case. 9 points per game in his 13 minutes of court time and averaging a couple of rebounds. Let's have a look and see if we can identify anything other than the 5-0 record you just mentioned from the Whai. Is there anything kind of leaping out at you there?
Well, I mean, if you look at that, it's Rapid League. Stats are always going to pretty much be quite similar, apart from the wins and losses. Obviously, the Whai smashing the competition so far. But for me, the stat that stands out the most would have to be, man, they're just pretty much dead even. Apart from free throw percentage, the Whai have the edge, 74% and 69% for the Hawks. So look out for that.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Brad Clive, Sam Pan, Sasha Nicholson are controlling this game. There's Denham Brook. He missed the start of the season, but he's in the contributing strongly now to this Whai team. He's going at 8 points per game at 42%. His 3-point shooting in the last couple of games has been very impressive. So that's something the Hawke's Bay team is going to have to watch this evening. There's Jaden Bazant there, a very key player for the Whai, and there's Jacob Murphy, the 23-year-old, already enjoying his 5th season in the NBL at the Hawke's Bay team. So he'll be giving it 100% in this game, no doubt about it. Should be a good clash, this one, as we build towards the Cells NBL match between the two teams coming up at 7 p.m. here live on Sky.
I'd have to say my favorite player amongst these two teams is Jaden Bazant and Jacob Murphy. I mean, Jacob Murphy's a hustler, super aggressive, absolutely fearless, but I just love the silky smooth play of Jaden Bazant.
Well, let's see if we can see some more of that this evening as we see the Hawke's Bay team come forward through Moore first of all. There's Eagle, back to Moore. Now Murphy not mucking around with the 3, and it could be a 4-point play to start the game.
An unreal setup, excellent execution offensively from the Hawks. You'll see it here coming off of that back screen. Jacob Murphy just does a nice pick and pop for the easy tray, gets the foul, and he'll have a chance for 4.
Don't often see a 4-point play to start a game of basketball, but we have right here. Oh, and he's missed it. Come on, Jacob.
One job.
Crazy.
They Whai better look out, though, because when Jacob Murphy gets going, he really shoots the lights out.
There's Greensill, who gave up that foul. Now Boucher. Now Bazant. That's A nice pass from Jaden Bazan, and there's the reply right there from Jet Thompson.
That's what I'm talking about. Jaden Bazan just has this ability, this uncanny skill to get into the lane, switch, change direction. He's just so smooth with it.
Yeah, it is Hawke's Bay. Coming forward again here. Murphy. Nice defensive set here from Tauranga, making it difficult for Eagle, and that's come off the foot there of Bazan. Eagle's been a good player. He just turned 18 recently, as you see Boucher getting his hoof in the way. Now Murphy again. Oh, he's banked it in this time. Might as well use the backboard when you can.
Trouble in paradise for the Phi if that guy gets going, and he is looking to let it fly tonight.
There was no touch. In fact, no, the referee over there, Brad Clive, reckons there just was a fingertip on it. Well, I've got to say, I thought that was way off the mark when it left the hand there, but it wasn't.
It seems as though he's going to have one of those nights, Jacob Murphy. When he catches that ball in rhythm, I like his quick release, no hesitation. If you're defending him, you cannot give him an inch.
3 baskets so far, all of them 3-pointers. Here's Thompson. We've got Tauranga's 3-pointer. Shot clock down to 0. And Bazan got it away in time. Oh, the Phi have got it back. A little lucky to get possession again. Now Bazan with the drive this time, and there's the layup from Jaden Bazan.
Yeah, that's good work again. Silky smooth penetration to the key. Good find from Jaden Bazan.
So that leads back to 1. Now Murphy. See what Hawke's Bay can do with this play. Keely back to Murphy. Trying to set his teammate a screen there. Defense by Boucher. Shot clock down to 4 as Murphy launches again. And there's a strong rebound by Boucher.
Well, I think if he was 1 centimeter closer, that would have been in.
Thompson flying down court. Now Bazan open for 3, and he doesn't miss. Jaden Bazan.
The Phi are doing a great job penetrating the key and getting that kick out in the corner. Has been open every time. The Hawks need to get a hand in the passing lane. Once that help defense slides over to recover, you've got to get a hand out.
Ryder Moore. Young player coming out of Napier Boys. Here's Eagle again. Looking for Kara down low, and there's a foul, and it's going to be a 3-point play coming up for Kobe Kara.
It was great patience there from the top of the key, and Kobe Kara recognizing it, hitting that backdoor cut. Beautiful pass from the top. And again, that foul will put him to the line for the 3-point opportunity.
I mentioned Jacob Murphy in his 5th season for the Hawks. Carter is a 23-year-old as well, and he's also in his 5th season. Started 6 games in the Cells NBL this year as well, before the troops arrived from Australia. Kara can't complete the 3-point play, so actually voiced this game with 1:30 left in the first quarter. Tauranga down court. Boucher. Now Michael Wade is out there, the 31. Nice pass, and there's a foul again, as we see Boucher laying it in this time.
Again, just a great job from the Phi, penetrating and kicking, getting the defense to commit, and then finding the open player. Fortunately, it was right under the basket on that play. Boucher was there to clean it up, and he is going to have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Boucher going at 4 points per game in the Rapid League this season. You see in the background there, number 31, Michael Way. Got to give him, CJ Flavel, a bit of a shout out. They're back in the Tauranga Whai side for tonight's game. Those two are part of the Aquinas College team that won the 3x3 championships, secondary schools championships, just this week. So congratulations to Aquinas College, as we see Murphy blocked this time by Boucher.
It was great defense there from Boucher. That is something that you can always rely on with him. He's always locked in, ready to stop the team on offense.
Thompson. It's Wade back to Brook. See Denham Brook put up a shot yet. Shot clock down to 6. Thompson. And that's gone out of court off Carter.
Well, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, getting a hand up defensively, active hands, because they were going for that penetrate kick yet again, but Kobe Carter, great job defensively, getting his hand in the passing lane.
Carter's going to take a seat on the bench for the rest of this quarter as Brook. Here goes the shot from Thompson. Real battle there for position, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. In fact, no, I just saw the referee indicating there might have been a foul.
Oh, no, it hit the top of the basket. That's why. So it hit the top of the backboard. Okay. Sorry. Or did they call a foul?
I saw it. I saw the ref. I'm pretty sure I saw the referee raising a foul on Jaden Boucher, but we'll just clarify that in just a moment as we see more. We get to Eagle. Max Taylor out there now, wearing 2 for Hawke's Bay. Now Eagle. Oh, another block. This time Denham Brook grabs possession. Both teams defending really well in this game so far.
Absolutely. Here's
Boucher driving strongly. Can't nail the layup, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So it's a 3-point game for Tauranga. Nice job from them to gather that lead with Boucher and Thompson. And Jaden Bazan, of course, the leading scorers in the game. It's 11-8 after the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, great job from the FI in that quarter. Personally, my favorite performance. But Jacob Murphy coming out hot, making it rain from deep. Only missed 1, so he's 2 for 3 early on. Struggling from the free throw line are the Hawks, but it is still early days.
Here's a large 5 Boroughs pizza. It's a special this week, $31.99. And just scan that QR code to get into it. That special's still there for another couple of days, folks, so enjoyed that one. 5 Boroughs of New York.
What was that on
I don't
top?
know. I'm just giving you a little pop quiz here. That was the 5 Boroughs pizza. What's the 5 Boroughs of New York?
That's a good question.
Bronx, Brooklyn?
Yeah, I should know that. But,
Staten Island?
That's a little far away from Kansas, so well, my realm.
Not wrong there. Plenty of focus for both teams. This game feels like it's nicely in the balance. Some play to start the game. Zantat actually the leading scorer for the FI with 5, and Murphy just on the tying at the moment with 6. Those 2 3-pointers. Second quarter underway for Zan. See what Tauranga can do here for Zan. Now Greensill. Creates space for himself really well, does Mauro Greensill. Can't nail the jumper.
That was a great job from the Hawks defending there, clogging the lane, not making it easy for him on that finish.
Moore over to Taylor. Trying to get around Greensill. That's a very high teardrop.
Oh, that was nice. A great move there. Little Euro and the floater over the top in rhythm. Jaden Bazant with a silky smooth drive in the and one. Doing what he does. Flexing towards his bench. Love his game.
Yeah, look, he's an experienced campaigner, and he just had too much there for Ryder Moore, the 19-year-old. So Bazan goes to the Chemist Warehouse strike for the 3-point play. Remember, every free throw made contributes funds to the BBNZ Hoops and Schools program in 2025. And there's Bazan getting the rebound back. No one can get a 3-point play at the moment.
I'm not sure there's going to be any hoops provided after the free throw performance of this game.
Here's Bazan. Nice job by Bazan. Doesn't get the roll off the rim, and there's Taylor getting the rebound.
It was excellent work from Bazan, using his body well, clearing the D just enough. Couldn't get the finish. Ooh, and a quick drive.
Nice drop here by Taylor. No cigar, though. Here's Bazan. Tauranga to build on this 3-point lead. Now Brook, who hasn't got going just yet. Nice pass from Brook, though, and there's the triple going down from CJ Flavel.
That was a beautiful play there. Again, FI capitalizing on their paint penetration, dishing it so well, and just shooting the lights out from behind the arc.
Flavel with his first basket, biggest lead of the game now, 6. Here's Murphy, and it's built on the good defense here, isn't it? Tauranga's defense has been stifling.
They can always rely on their defense. That's been the staple for them this season. Holding points, holding teams to quite low-scoring games.
This is Bazan. Bazan again. He smashed that time by Harry Keeley. It's going to be Jaden Bazan going back to the Chemist Warehouse strike. Bazan showing his class and experience here. 7 points. Most different role for him this season. He was a starter at Tauranga last year. Not this year. It's never hard to take for someone like Jaden Bazan, but you know what? He's rolled his sleeves up and just gone on with it.
Yeah, he just goes to work every game. You can see it. Obviously needs a little bit more work on the free throw line in the off time, but hey, that's going for everybody tonight.
Well, he's going at 82% in the NBL from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And there's his first one of the game here. So it's 1 from 3. Coach Bennett doesn't look impressed, does he? He should be. His team's 7 points up.
No coach is happy about missed free throws.
Taylor over to Murphy. Halfway through the second quarter now. Murphy. Basket from there and tipped. Now, nice salvage job there by Jet Thompson and Flavel.
I'd say that was a great defensive set from the 5, but I think it was just poor shot taking decisions from Jacob Murphy on that play. Rushed it, didn't really have the shot. It was a running one-footed floater from the free throw line. Not an easy shot by any means.
Hawks by battling confidence offensively though in the second quarter. They've only got the one basket and Bazan again.
Oh.
I think that's the third three-point play of the game for him.
Well, he needs to knock this free throw down so he can actually get that three-point play, because it doesn't count unless you make the free throw. But just again, showcasing his silky smooth ability in the paint, able to switch it. I like to see the replay on that one. He's just so smooth with it.
Here's Bazan. Three-point play is converted this time, and he's up to 11 points in the game. Carter back out there now for Hawke's Bay. Murphy over to Keeley, and there's a little nudge there, I think, from Flavel.
Yeah, just a little bit of bullying underneath happening. I don't mind that. It's a good look down low. It must have been on that initial little slap there that they called that foul. Didn't look too aggressive, but aggressive enough to warrant the foul call.
Taylor to inbound it. Oh, lovely read there by Greensill. And there's another example of just how good this defense is being executed by Tauranga at the moment. Here's Boucher. Bazan. Yeah, he's got it going on, Jaden Bazan. 13 points. 12 points now. Victor, yes, 13. It's just clicked over.
He is feeling it tonight. Get the ball in his hands.
Lost by Carter. That's unusual. Now double team, and he's been fouled. That was a frustration foul there from Kobe Carter.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, another defensive stop. We've just been harping on it this whole game, but it has been the one facet of the Fi's game that they can hang their hats on is their defense, and that's exactly why they're number 3 on the ladder, 7-3 overall this season.
And they're wiping Hawke's Bay in this quarter 2 case, and 11-2 at the moment. It's been one-way traffic.
Well, in the first quarter, you had Jacob Murphy letting it fly from deep. Didn't think he was going to miss. He was unconscious, and then now you've got Jacob Murphy in the second quarter rushing shots, trying to hit one-legged floaters from quite a fair distance away. So just they need to get into their offense, try to get a rhythm, get a flow going, see if they can get some easier looking baskets.
Greensill it was there, getting his 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, stretching that lead out to a very comfortable 14 points. Now Murphy, eagle for 3. He's got a good outside shot, but not on this occasion. Murphy trying to get the rebound, and Boucher in good position to seal that one. Here's Greensill again. No need to push the pass here for Tauranga. They're in control of this game. Now Thompson, Greensill for 3. Nicely done by Murphy, although almost pinched out of his hands by Jet Thompson, who now concedes the foul.
He sold that one, Jacob Murphy. He really did a great job selling that foul. You'll see it here. Just a touch. The face, the grimace was enough to sell it to the refs. And I think that's a flop signal, I'm not sure, from Jet Thompson.
Yeah, refs weren't buying that one either. Hawke's Bay got to get something. They've only got 2 points in this quarter.
Well, look at the Fi's defense. They've got them playing almost at the half-court line, just pressuring the passing lanes.
There's the steal back, though, by Hawke's Bay. They've got 10 seconds. Murphy, nice past Eagle. That's good ball rotation. Taylor is away for the three-pointer, and I think we've got a BNZ player timeout called there by Jaden Boucher. That was a smart play from him.
Great high IQ stuff from Jaden Boucher, recognizing the time left on the clock, snatching that rebound and utilizing the player timeout just in time as they had one remaining, the only one they had, and he's using it in the last 3 seconds.
Well, let's see if Tauranga can make it count as we give you the opportunity to see that QR code to scan and then get your ticket to the big game. Plenty more big games coming this season. BNZ, of course, proud supporters of the investment in New Zealand basketball. So Jet Thompson to inbound it here with 3.5 left. Rook, Thompson putting up the shot himself, and it's away, but still an excellent quarter there for Tauranga. They've outscored Hawke's Bay 13-2 in that second quarter here of the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. They're up 24-10.
That's, again, tap the hat to the FI, tip the hat to the FI. Their defense has been outstanding. They have held the Hawks to 0 offensive rebounds, so no second chance opportunities for the Hawks on any play compared to the FI, who have only 2, but again, you'll see it here. Jaden Bazant, 13 points in that half.
Yeah, fantastic effort from him. Those 2 threes from Murphy were both in the first quarter, and Jet Thompson is moving the ball around nicely.
And again, they're getting the paint touches and the kicks out wide, and it's creating great opportunities. 5 rebounds already for Jaden Boucher.
And that's 5, and Hawke's Bay have got 5 rebounds in total. That's it.
Yeah, well, what much else is there to say?
Brilliant performance really by the Tauranga Whai on the Chemist Warehouse stats here at halftime. Don't forget about that game tipping off at 7 between the Hawke's Bay Hawks, Tauranga Whai. Looking forward to bringing you that one. Now let's check out some of the highlights. Here's that first play again from Jacob Murphy. We thought, hello, this was going to be a big quarter for Hawke's Bay, but the Whai absorbed it really well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did excellent. A great job recovering. And there was a second shot where we thought, oh man, this is going to be a big game, but the Whai answering back. You're seeing it on almost every play. Paint, touch, kick, paint, touch, kick. 3-pointer made, or a drive and an and one opportunity.
And here's an example of Bazant's all-round versatility. A couple of good drives, but he's got, we know, that lovely outside shot that he possesses.
Yeah, he's just silky smooth everywhere. Favorite player.
So there is Bazant looking for more in the second half. 13 points in the first half for the Whai.
You can just tell the cohesiveness of the Whai squad. You've got the veteran experience with Denhambrook. You've got the veteran experience of Jaden Bazant, who both have played significant roles in the NBL side of things, and they're bringing that experience into the Rapid League, and the team is just kind of molding around them. And then you've got the defense of Jaden Boucher and Jet Thompson. I mean, they're just such a solid squad.
And they have got excitement off the bench too, those 2 17-year-olds, CJ Flavel and Michael Wade as well, who are on good form as well, having just won that 3x3 New Zealand Secondary Schools title. Right, let's get this third quarter underway. It's Carter with possession. Now Eagle.
Oh, again.
That's a shame.
I mean, Jacob Murphy, he was setting it up to go back door, but defensively, Jet Thompson has got him locked down. He learned his lesson after those first 2 threes, and just disrupting his plan, his backdoor cut. Jet Thompson, defensive standout for me right now.
Rook, Tauranga. Here's Bazant again. Again, those long arms work beautifully for Bazant. That's 15 in the game now for him.
I mean, that's just too easy. If you're the Hawks, you at least have to get some body contact on it, because that's just, he likes the contact, so you've got to at least provide some that he has to fight against a little bit of resistance.
Eagle getting hassled over there by Michael Wade. Murphy. Not much happening offensively there for Hawke's Bay.
But then again, it's just a one and done. They're not crashing, they're not getting the boards. The Whai are doing a great job cleaning up.
Rook. Here's Bazant again. Thompson. Way back to Bazant. And it's just that night for Jaden Bazant, isn't it? That's a second 3. He's up to 18.
No, he's so reliable, Jaden Bazant. You can always count on him. He's so steady, so calm.
And Eagles had it blocked. A foul has been picked up there by the referee.
They're going to be on Denhambrook or Boucher? I think that's on Boucher. You'll see it here. Or maybe just a body call. Oh, no, he did get a little bit of swipe action on that one. But again, Phi doing such a great job defensively. Cannot applaud them enough.
Well, that point right there from Ezra Eagle from the Chemist Warehouse strikes the first point since 25 seconds into the second period when we saw that really high teardrop from Ryder Moore. It's been a long, cold spell there for Hawke's Bay. See if that kick starts them though. It's a long way back, isn't it? 17 points, especially Bazant continues to fire up. Now that might be just the miss that Hawke's Bay need to spark up. Carter giving it to Murphy. Tough basket again, no foul. Easy pick off there for Boucher.
Again, Jet Thompson defensively, you see a frustration foul there from Jacob Murphy. Jet Thompson is just locking him down. He's not giving him an easy look, and that's frustration foul on that last play. Yeah, that's why I really enjoy watching the Phi. Their defense is just phenomenal.
Showing no signs of easing off either. As we see Flavel out there now for another stint. Here's Thompson. Bazant again. Thompson open. And there, a little bit of hesitancy offensively that time from Tauranga. Here comes Kobe Carter. Again, look at Carter. He's an experienced player. He doesn't know what to do there. He is full of uncertainty there. Moore is trapped almost over there by Thompson. Into Keeley. Now Eagle, shot clock down to 5, and Ezra Eagle's double teamed and lost the ball.
Again, just the help side defense, the Phi rotating just in time, and again, pushing the ball in transition, keeping the Hawks in a tizzy.
So Tauranga have stolen Hawke's Bay's playbook for this game. And that's going to go back to Bazant for a second opportunity. Bazant. Get that long range 2 to ball, and Murphy's got it. Looking to up the pace again, Jacob Murphy. And there's another rebound taken by Jaden Boucher.
Yeah, Jaden Boucher is always there cleaning up the boards. Such a strong player.
He might have 10 rebounds. We'll just wait for that to click over. That would be extraordinary. Nice pass. Here's Greensill. Well, that one. Greensill gets his own rebound though. Thompson's got another opportunity.
Again, it's just the slow closeouts from the Hawks, but the just relentless drive from the Phi, putting the pressure on this Hawks defense. They're just stunned.
Frustration foul there from Jacob Murphy. So that will send Jet Thompson to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I like this matchup between Jet Thompson and Jacob Murphy. Both going at it, both calling each other out for their fouls.
Very similar type players too, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the intensity.
Oh, you'll have to give the nod to Jet Thompson so far in this game. Just to say that, 3 points, 3 assists. Murphy 6 points and 2 rebounds. Thompson getting the second one, 30-12.
But again, Jet Thompson, again, kudos to him as well. Defensively, he's got a tough assignment guarding Jacob Murphy, and he has done his assignment, followed the scouting report, and really shut Murphy down in this second half so far.
Back to Ezra Eagle. Shot clock down to 7 right at the end of the third quarter. Moore can't nail that jumper either. And here's Thompson. Flying down court, maybe one last opportunity, and Brook. This is the 3, but hello, we've got a foul going for the rebound there, have we? In fact, we just got the end of the quarter, and that's exactly what's happened, 29-12. Now, interesting, just a little bit of confusion there for the players, but he's still taking a seat. So 29-12. Now, worth mentioning that the Hawks, in fact, hang on. No, we still got a bit of time left in this quarter. Figure out what happened there. But anyway, we can tell you that the Hawke's Bay team have only scored 4 points in the last 2 quarters, and the 2 points they've scored in this quarter are both free throws. They haven't even got a field goal.
Speaking of free throws, it's going to be the Phi with some free throws here, as there was a foul on the play.
The foul's gone on Ryder Moore, number 3. Green Silk goes back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Second visit to the free throw line in the game. He's missed that one, and that will be the end of the third quarter. 31 points to 12. Another very good quarter of basketball in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game by the Tauranga Whai.
Oh, you can see here, biggest lead for the Phi, 19 points, and their biggest run was 18. Biggest scoring run for the Hawks, a measly 3. 4 points in the paint versus 12 for the Phi. Again, that's been their offensive weapon here tonight, as they are just putting so much pressure on the Hawks defense, and they, like we talked about, not getting those closeouts early and quick enough to stop the Phi from penetrating for a second time round. Knocking down the shots, again shooting from behind the arc. 40% for the Phi, 28% for the Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks Bay have only made 4 field goals in the game and didn't even get 1 in that third quarter. It's half game for them.
Well, you're not going to win many games with 4 points in 2 quarters.
It's been strangled out of the game, haven't they? It's been an excellent 4-round performance from the Phi. Interesting to see if what they do with Bazant here. He's played 9 minutes and 17 seconds so far. They're going to get him out there in this fourth quarter. The game's safe, really. So you're going to just cool your heels with Bazant and leave him for the NZNBL game. High score by a Phi player is 19 by Tutui Lewis, and that's Bazant on 18 in the game. But I just wonder whether we will not see Bazant again in this game.
Oh, I reckon let him go out there, try to set a record.
Yep. Let's see if Mike Lacey and the coaching staff agree, though, as Thompson gives it to Brooke.
Oh, great cut.
It was a beautiful pass, too, wasn't it, from Denham Brooke?
Yeah, again, just defensively, you've got to keep your head on a swivel. You know where the ball is. You take your eye off your defender for a second in that corner, and you're going to get backdoored all day long.
Taylor for Hawke's Bay. Cartwright out there now for the Bay. He's got his hands on the ball now. Nice pick up from him, Kate Cartwright. Now that one, and here comes Wade over to Thompson. Nice pass for Flavel. He's got that triple gun, the 17-year-old.
Oh, I love that transition look in transition. Open 3 for the Phi yet again.
Flavel on 6 points. Off the bench in this game, Eagle. Here's Cartwright again. A little shove there from Flavel. No whistle, though.
Good defense.
Nice, wasn't it? Taylor for 3, and he nails it, Maz. Taylor.
Oh, that's exactly the 3 they needed. I like that, especially under the pressure of the Phi. Hawks calm, cool, collected, and got the 3.
Green Silk. Brooke over to Thompson. Stolen by Eagle. Well read by him.
Yeah, this is exactly what they should have been doing early on, is getting those hands up in the passing lanes. As you can see, it's really disrupting the Phi's offense.
Now Moore. It's back from Cartwright. Now Harry Keeley. Taylor. Keeley, nice weight there from Keeley. Little pause up fake was sweet as from Harry Keeley.
Yeah, it was. A little bit of life here from the Hawks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, nice little 5-0 run. Got it going on here as Brooke tries to end that, and he does with his customary 3. He's a really good outside shooter.
He really is. I like when Denham Brooke gets going. So nice to see.
He's shooting at 50% beyond the arc in the NBL as Denham Brooke.
That's
not
low.
too shabby.
That's pretty low from the three-point line.
The way he's let the other players really flourish too in this game, Casey.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's just a vet, you know. He knows how to distribute. He knows his role, and he's just out there playing his normal game, doing his thing, getting his teammates involved.
Ryder Moore, just under 2 to play. Now that mid-ranger, and there's Boucher with another rebound. That's his 10th of the game. Here's Flavel again. Oh, he's off target that time. Fortunately, Wade just couldn't salvage it over there.
Rebounds is mighty impressive in a rapid league game, I must say.
It's impressive, isn't it? Remember, these games are only 16 minutes long. Now, it's Taylor again. Nailed his last triple. He's away with that one. Here comes Thompson. Well, the injection of the pace there from Jet Thompson. Nice finish from him.
Oh, I hope he didn't roll his ankle on that. Yeah, looks like he did a little bit.
A little ginger, isn't he? Eagle. Used Cartwright really well there. Okay, Cartwright for three. Taylor fighting hard. Looks like foul is going to be rewarded there. Nice little finish, but see the ankle here.
Yeah, just laying it on it funny. He'll be all right. He'll be fine. But I like, my favorite thing about the Fi's defense, I like a lot of things they do, but when the shot goes up, every single one of them is looking for their player to box out. Not a single one of them looks at the ball, and that's exactly why they only have one offensive rebound for the Hawks.
And that's attitude, isn't it? Taylor finds that off. So, I tell you that Boucher with those 10 rebounds, that's the highest number of rebounds in a rapid league game for the Fi. Here is Greensill. Greensill is going to get his own rebound. He shouldn't have got that one.
And that's what happens when you don't box out.
Exactly. Here's Thompson.
Great Hezzy. Oh.
And that one, Boucher with an offensive rebound this time.
Get you some, Boucher.
Exactly. Didn't. Unselfish play from him as Thompson lines up the triple and buries it.
I mean, I guess I'd take a 3 over a 2 anyway, but that just shows the unselfishness of Jaden Boucher. He's always looking to share the ball.
9 points for Thompson. This is a very impressive performance from the Tauranga Whai. Here's Taylor.
Nice. Again, defensive rotations for the Whai, hands in passing lanes, making the Hawks offense just crumble.
There's Cartwright's one down with 2 seconds left, and he's called a BNZ player timeout. Every basket could count. All the scores from the Rapid League games go on to the overall standings. And they can have a difference, make a difference in the stretch of the season. The team's tied. There is that QR code ticket to the big game from BNZ Scan. That gets along to a Cells NBL game in 2025. Let's see if Tauranga can defend one more time on Hawke's Bay here. Cartwright. And they won't get a shot away, Hawke's Bay. Really good win for Tauranga. Their 6th in a row in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and that was one of the more impressive victories of the season as they give the Hawks a good old-fashioned thumping, 44 points to 17. Let's have a look at the Sky, or rather the Chemist Warehouse stats to end the game here. And Bazant, well, we didn't see him in that 4th quarter as we suspect. He actually finished with 18 points in the game. And Jet Thompson finished up on 9 as the 2nd to top scorer. Murphy finished the top scorer with 6 in the game for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, I mean, and those are his first 2 buckets of the game, and he didn't get a bucket after that. 2 for 8 from the night for him, so not a characteristic night shooting-wise for him. And yep, I believe these might be the halftime stats that you're seeing at the moment. Jaden Boucher definitely had about 12 rebounds.
12 rebounds, whoa.
12 rebounds, yep. And 1 block, 2 assists, and 3 points.
So a stellar performance from Tauranga in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Congratulations to them. One more time, we can remind you it's 7 o'clock in 20 minutes time. We're going to have the Cells NBL game between these 2 teams. So make sure you join us. Can Hawke's Bay back up that win over the Saints? Can the Fi bounce back from a loss to the Airs? We'll find out at 7. Hey, here I am. Hawke's Bay Hawks, Campbell Scott, Jackson Ball, position, minutes, points, field goal percentage, 2 points, 2-point percentage, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage. Offense, defense, rebounds, total rebounds, assists, turnovers, steals, blocks. Block R, what's that? Blocks rejected? No. What's that? PF, fouls on, plus minus. There's a lot of stats category. Hey, no problem. Always here to help. John, you know that. Right, mate. Dylan Gouch is just texting me, just reminding us that our mics are live on YouTube. Kia ora te whānau and welcome here to Rodney Green's Arena here in Napier. It's great to have your company for round 8 NZNBL action, and it's the Hawke's Bay Hawks and the Tauranga Whai all set for their second meeting in the league this season. Glenn Lama here with Kaysen Bookman, and this one's going to be an interesting clash. Nice dynamics in play here, Kaysen, with the Hawks coming off an upset win without Darnell Cowart down in Wellington, with the Saints going hot, and a plucky performance from the Five and not getting the win against Taranaki last week.
Yeah, I mean, they have really come into form as of late, though. Against the Saints team, it was a huge win, with bola coming out with 24 points and 6 rebounds, behind Yates' 21 rebounds.
Indeed, yes. We'll get more from Luke Yates shortly, but there's the mixandpick.com poll, and the Hawks comfortably favoured to win this game against the Five. There's Dan Greeder back in action as well. Looking forward to seeing him on court in this game as we check out the ladder. And that win for the Hawks has got them into the top 6, Kaysen, in what is a very tightly congested ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. In the middle of the pack, it is 1 or 2 games that separate you from the bottom and the top of the ladder. Hawks coming out, obviously, and they are now number 6.
Rocket right up with this win as we see the other teams. And Tauranga, after a good start to the campaign, have just fallen back in the pack now.
Yeah, I mean, they've not been on a good streak as of late, but it's hard to knock a team down after 3 losses. You know, they've got something to play for now. They need to fight their way back up the ranks.
And here come the games over the next little while, the next 4 games to wrap out the week before a break. And first of all, we've got that game tomorrow night with Franklin up against Otago. Otago looking to kind of stop a pretty ugly little run for them at the moment, seeing them slip down the table. Taranaki back at home against the Wellington Saints. That was an absolute classic in round 1 with the Airs winning in overtime. Then we've got the Southland Sharks who are making a nice little resurgence against the red-hot Canterbury Rams at the moment. And then Manawatu with Corey Webster back in the house are hosting the Nelson Giants, who had their first win just recently against the Otago Nuggets. Let's have a look at the starting 5, and no change for the Whai in the starting 5 with Chris Jones, Cruz Pero Hunt, Sean Bairstow played very well against the Airs, Carter Hawkboy, who's hopefully over that little calf niggle that they've been battling with, and Talib Zanet is there again, who showed glimpses of good form in that game against the Airs. Let's hear from their coach, head coach Matt Lacey.
Hey, Coach, big game tonight, coming into the Hawks' nest. What's the game plan to try to get the dub?
Yeah, look, the Hawks are coming off a great win versus the Saints, and we're coming off 3 losses, so, you know, it's a big game. You know, both sitting in that middle of the table, and, you know, I think between Greeder back and Swakala Bullock and Ball, they've got some real firepower in the guard space, so got to be tough there. I think they get to the mid-range pretty well and ask questions of you one-on-one, so, you know, we got to be strong there, and then rotational players like Scott and Murphy, you know, shooting the ball well, so all-around effort tonight.
Awesome, Coach. And Coach, if you can give your team right now a grade, you know, like you do in class, you know, in high school, what grade would you put them at right now?
Yeah, I mean, if you'd asked me after the first few rounds, I think would be happy, you know, sitting around the A+ mark, but you know, the last 3 losses, you know, really tough, and going from the Sharks to the Jets and the Airs, so, you know, not too happy right now, so we've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, big one tonight.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, I appreciate your time tonight, Coach. Have a good game.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Clifton Bush doing the interviews again for us this evening here at Napier. Let's have a look at the starting 5 for the home team now. And Campbell, Scott Jackson, Ball, Swakala Bullock is there again. Dan Greeder, Lukey Yates. No Darnell Cowart tonight, who's still out with injury. More on that with head coach Sam Gruggan.
All right, Coach Sam with the Big Barrel Hawks here. Coach, big win last out for the Hawks against the top of the table Wellington Saints. How much confidence does the team take from that, and what plans do you have to follow that up tonight?
Yeah, I think we take a lot of confidence. Obviously, coming off the back of a tough loss here to Franklin, we felt like we were in position for the most part of the whole. Not in position, but we had a good chance of winning that game. So, travelling down to Wellington, obviously a couple of injuries, but they felt like they really stuck to the game plan, and they performed really well.
Awesome, Coach. And you referred to a few injuries as a few men down tonight. Can you give us a bit of a heads up on all the guys that had injuries, including Dan Greta?
Yeah, well, Greta will play tonight. He just had cramps. That was just more precautionary because of his history with injury. Darnell's suffering a bit of a back strain at the moment that he got against Franklin, so he's just kind of rest and health and recovery over the next 2 weeks. And then obviously Clifton Bush, he bit of a concussion just from practice, but you know they're all in good spirits. They wish they could be here to play, but just more or less just giving them some rest just to recover for the 2-week break.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time tonight, Coach. Good luck for the game, man.
Thank you.
Here we are, Sam Gruggan. So just repeating that news, Darnell Coward again not playing this evening, and neither is Clifton Bush Jr. Right, let's have a look at the head-to-heads here. Looking forward to seeing Ball and Hawkboy. I know they play different positions, Jason, but boy, they're two big improvers this year.
Oh, absolutely. Ball has been lights out, as well as Hawkboy. The efficiency from the two of them has been outstanding. But Greta, he has also become one of my favorite players to watch in this competition. Cruz Para Hunt, steady as they come, you know, game in, game out. He's done a really great job. And then Yates and Barstow. Yates had a huge game last time out, and Barstow, again, another steady player for the Five.
Yeah, Barstow played very well against the Taranaki Airs in that defeat the other day. But Lukey Yates, what about that performance? 14 points and 21 rebounds against the Saints. Let's hear from him now.
All right, Luka, big game from you last game. You know, I think you had 20 rebounds against the top of the table, Wellington Saints. What's the mindset after that big game of yours coming into tonight's game against the Five?
Probably just keep it the same. You know, I try and get my team extra possessions and try and limit the other team to one possession. So, I mean, there's nothing different going into this game. I just love how some of the boys stepped up last week. The fellas that usually play rapid, they came into the game and made a difference. So that's what I was proud of.
Awesome. And your time in the Bay, man, how have you enjoyed it? What's the little differences you've noticed from where you are back home in Aussie?
Well, it's definitely a lot cooler from them where I'm from, but I don't mind it at the moment. It hasn't been too cold, but I just like how chill it is out here. You know, everyone's nice and welcoming. The pies are definitely better too, so I've been, yeah, it's been good. I've been loving it.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate your time tonight, Luka. Good luck for the game, man.
Important, Lukey Yates doesn't eat too many pies, that's for sure. Of course, born in Christchurch, Lukey Yates, but raised in Townsville in North Queensland. And speaking of Christchurch, thinking of our Canterbury Hoops fans tonight with all that nasty weather down there in the last 24 hours. Likewise in Wellington, if you parked it up in front of the box this evening, hopefully you've survived a pretty hellish day with the winds in the capital city. As Brad Clive and Sam Pan and Sasha Nicholson get ready for this game as well. Now, these two teams did meet on April the 5th, so just under a month to go, and the Hawks got the win that night, 86-74. Greta with 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals.
Yeah, that was an outbreak performance for Dan Greta. Again, just showcasing his stuff, and hopefully he can put something on like that tonight.
Well, he's been averaging 27 per game, so he's one to watch, as is Yates. Of course, a D player, development player, the Illawarra Hawks this season, managed to get on court for just 9 games in the 2024-2025 season. But obviously looking to make much more of an impact here in the New Zealand NBL as 21-year-old looks to take another step forward. So we're underway here in Napier with the Tauranga Whai getting the first possession in the first quarter here against the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Thank you for joining us for this round 8 clash in the Cells NBL. And straight away, Bairstow kicking it out to Hawkboy. And Hawkboy just throws it straight to ball. And here comes Hawke's Bay. Now Scott. Yates, what a performance on the board for him in that last game as Greta creates space and lays that one and banks it in nicely over Sean Bairstow.
Yeah, you just see the grit of Greta early on, just punching it to the Five's defense.
Here's Hawkboy for 3. He's away with that one, and just gathering it was Campbell Scott. Scott comes forward now. Reminding you again, no Clifton Bush Jr. this evening for Hawke's Bay or Darnell Cowart. His ball. Just to put a move on Hawkboy. And Ball hooks it in. Now those two matching up. Here's an interesting little matchup.
Very interesting matchup, but talk about the veteran move from the young Jackson Ball. Way to use his body. Got a nice little jump hook there off the left.
He's still only 17, and there's a nice little tip there from Scott. Back to Yates. We've got a whistle. What's happening here?
I believe maybe it was Zana that got poked in the eye or smacked in the head. Seems to be all right. Oh, yeah.
There's the connection there with Campbell Scott.
The elbow to the temple, not a nice feeling. Oh, to the jawbone. Staying on though, those good signs.
Yes. Look pretty innocuous too, but if you get nudged in the wrong place, Kaysen, it's where the pain.
Especially with the bow. The bow never feels good.
Strong move by Swakala Bullock, but not getting the basket as Yates tidies up. It's his first rebound of the game. Hooks it into Greta, who's had it stolen out of his hands.
Yeah, great job recovering there from Holtboy to get that stop, get the deflection. And the Phi have it on offense.
Here's Jones putting up his first basket of the game, and Chris Jones gets hot early.
Yeah, it was just a nice little pull-up there from Chris Jones. We know that's part of his game. Just putting it on display nice and early.
Jones is one to watch. As Greta works away on Bairstow again, and is that going to be a counter from Dan Greta?
Absolutely. Again, he's so strong on the drive, Dan Greta. He gets in there, absolutely fearless, taking the contact and drawing the foul on Bairstow early.
Greta at the line. He's just going back to Carter Hawkwood. He's going to have to step up in this game. Been battling a little bit with that calf nibble of late. It's been down a bit. There's the three-point play converter from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Greta. 7-3 the score. There's Jones. Marked tightly by Scott. Jones, good strong move as he's fouled by Scott.
Yeah, that little crossover at the top of the key was just enough to get Scott's feet out from underneath of him as he got a nice drive there in the end. Chris Jones will have a chance for two.
So Jones about to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He's been nailing 72% of his free throws this season. He's a key player as well. Was a little quiet to start that game against Taranaki, but Tauranga made several comebacks after conceding big leads on numerous occasions in that game. It became just a little bit too much down the stretch as Jones misses the second. Ball now for Hawke's Bay. Ball again. Should clock down to 7 for Jackson Ball. And that's a clean touch. In fact, the ball being ruled to lose that out of bounds.
Well, that is lucky for the Phi, because I thought for sure Zana topped it up. But that was too fast for me to tell. I have no idea.
Coach Gruggan had a good, unobstructed look at it, and in fact, there has been a change of decision, Kaysen.
He used his X-ray vision. Saw that on the other side of the court.
Well, there's a bit of miscommunication because the shot clock, of course, didn't reset. And Hawke's Bay pushing the pass once too many.
Yeah, just on those plays, you got to have shot clock recognition, realize where you're at, especially when you had time to run the offensive set down a little bit.
Zana. It's Jones. He looks to try and get around Yates with that foul, not getting it. Bairstow with the offensive rebound. Nice pass from Sean Bairstow. Now Bairstow's not going to miss that one. Third time lucky for Tauranga.
That's what you got to do, is stick with it. Clean up those offensive boards. Got those opportunities.
Now Scott again. Nicely done by Campbell Scott.
Yeah, really nice job. Not much defensive pressure from the Phi. A little bit different defensive effort than we saw in the Rapid League game.
I think Campbell Scott was thinking about scoring that, but in the end, Nailed it. Now Bairstow for three. He was pretty good from the three-point line in that last game against Taranaki. Now Greta, look at the pace from Dan Greta. Oh boy, though, recovered beautifully there.
The rejection from Hopoi again. Greta thought he had a nice move, but not against the length of Carter Hopoi.
Hopoi only just turning 19 last month. Good account of himself, and need to continue playing like that all the way. Missed opportunity for Swakala Bullock there. Here comes the Whai again. Bit of momentum in their game as Bairstow looks to up the pace. Here's Cruz Pero Hunt. And tipped back nicely by Zana. Might have even been Yates, who ended up hooking that one back.
Yeah, again, great job from the Whai, keeping the possession alive. And Chris Jones is deadly from that spot with the step back. We've seen it all season long. He's so good in the mid-range.
6 points early for Chris Jones. Good signs for Tauranga here that he's got that many points. And now Greta's just gifted it to him on a silver platter. Cruz Pero Hunt for three. Oh yes, Tauranga getting a nice little roll on here, and that's going to force a timeout of Sam Gruggan. Beautiful shot there from Pero Hunt.
Yeah, we know he can shoot that again in rhythm. Whai's defense leading to the offense, executing well, and just, again, keeping the plays alive. Doing such a great job.
Hawks are going to have to watch Chris Jones. They do not want him to dominate. Otherwise, they'll be chasing this game.
Yeah, they definitely will be. But on the flip side of that, if you can get Jackson Ball going, you're going to have quite a great chance to take them down. But again, the Whai defense hanging their hat on that, as they always have.
Jones has 6 points. Shooting the ball just around 40%. The Whai, so not lights out at the moment from Tauranga, but they're just getting good looks here. They've had 10 shots already to just 7 for Hawke's Bay. I don't think there'll be too much panic in the home team's camp at this stage.
No, of course not. Early days, but again, you don't want them to catch fire early, especially on your own home court, where the Hawks have been struggling a bit this season to collect some wins. On the road, they're great.
Yeah, it's funny, eh? Until maybe Coach Gruggan's asked about that, it's hard to answer what's happening there, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel maybe I'm wrong in saying this, and I may be confusing the Sharks and the Hawks. My memory evades me, but I've always thought that maybe the Hawks do have a history of struggling to get wins at home. But I could be completely wrong on that.
Well, let's see if they can get one here as Ball brings the ball back down court. Now, what sort of response are we going to get from the Hawks? Here's Yates, giving it to Greta. Shot clock down to 6. Here's Greta at his best.
Not shy at all, getting into the paint. Dan Greta showcasing his stuff.
Locks the scores up. Greta up to 7. Here's Jones. Now Bairstow. Screen from Zana. And in fact,
No.
Who's that foul going on? Jackson Ball?
Nah, Swakala Bullock. Zana went to set the on-ball screen, and yeah, Swakala Bullock gave a bit of a shove at the end there, and that'll be his second personal foul in the first quarter.
Exactly, so down he goes. Now here's Hopoi. Jones steps back for another 3, and good pressure by Greta that time. Might have got a touch on that one too.
It did look like he did, but again, you nailed it. A great closeout there from Greta, and a costly turnover for the Hawks. That angle is really tough to hit. It's a straight line pass right down the sideline when you've got Greta on the baseline. It's really tough to make.
With Darnell Coward and Clifton Bush Jr. out of the game. Players like Kobe Carter become important. But, you know, the luxury of having Kobe Carter on the bench. He's played in every game, and he started 6, so he's been there, done that this season, Kobe Carter. So he comes into the game now.
Now, I really like the way the Hawks started the season. They started so strong, and they didn't even have their full roster.
Exactly, here's Bairstow. Into the Yates, now Pero Hunt. Nice. You're disappointed he didn't nail that one, Cruz Pero Hunt. Knows he should have nailed it, as we see Yates. And to Murphy, who gets his first taste of action now. This is Scott. Scott, he's got that deadly three-point shot on him, Campbell Scott.
Yeah, it was a great setup. Nice dribble off the on-ball screen to get that three-point play.
No one up there with him. Sand out there now for Tauranga. He's looking to create something for Jaden Bazan, and Jaden Bazan blows past Jacob Murphy just like he did in the Rapid League game.
Jaden Bazan has got some jets. Yeah, he likes to play a little off pace sometimes when he's dribbling into the key, but when he turns it on, he can really drive on that first step.
Speaking of that Rapid League game, the Whai cleaned up the Hawks 44-17 in that game. Now there's a foul and it's gone against Greta.
I think he might have almost had 2 offensive fouls on that play. He hit, I can't remember who, we'll see it here. He hits Jones first, and then he goes a knee into Cruz Pero Hunt. Wanted the foul.
Does that make it a double foul?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that was so obviously a charge. I'm just laughing. Dan Greta, I love you, but you need him.
Greta's going to take a seat on the bench too. As Coach Grogan just continues the rotation in this first quarter. Sean Bairstow. Pass to Hawkboy, who's lost it. Carter picks it up. Now Scott over to Ball. Ball's going to put up the three and nail it, Jackson Ball.
What a pistol pass from Campbell Scott across the court, hitting a player who you know is efficient as from behind the three in transition.
Well, the Whai were up 11-9 a short time ago. Pero Hunt. Here's Hawkboy for three, and Hawkboy right back at ya.
Yeah, that's a great recovery from missing the alley-oop pass on the last play from Hawkboy again. Love the talent of these youngsters from behind the arc.
And there's a reach-in foul by Cruz Pero Hunt.
I like the authority Jackson Ball is showing here in the first quarter. Again, we saw it early on in the season. That's where he got those crazy numbers, nearly 40 points every game, and he's kind of just taking a back seat with a few of the imports taking the shine a bit, but as you know, they have a couple players out, so now is his time to step up again, and he's doing just that.
Well, he's eased off the back to 21 points per game as Scott misses the three. The Ball scrambling. Neat little push there on Pero Hunt.
Yeah, it's another foul on Pero Hunt, but Jackson Ball, Pero Hunt was completely face guarding him. You'll see it there at the top of your screen, and Ball just stuck with that play, recognized he had no idea where the ball was able to draw another foul.
Here's Ball. Full pass that time. Easy picked off there by Brook. And here comes Pero Hunt. Create for Denham Brook. Bairstow. Running jump shot is away. Yates tidies up for Hawke's Bay. Now Carter. Oh yes, nice move from Carter. There's another foul. A few fouls just being ticked off by Tauranga towards the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit too aggressive on defense, but I really like that setup there from Kobe Carter with the head. All he had to do was look the other way, got the defense off kilter. Got a nice little drive there in the end.
Just a shot there of Jaden Boucher, number 2 for Tauranga, who's out there. Well done to Jaden Boucher, 12 rebounds in the Rapid League game. That's the equal most of any player in the history of Rapid League. So well done to Jaden Boucher in the last game. Now there's Ball for 3. Oh, he rattles it in. Jackson Ball.
With a hand in his face from Denham Brook as well. Jackson Ball again stepping up big for the Hawks in this first quarter.
8 points for Ball. Lovely pass, and there's Boucher helping himself to 2.
I love that play there. Nice little 1-2 action from those two. Again, carrying that chemistry from the Rapid League game into this one.
Yeah, Jaden Bazan with the assist there. Cuts the lead back to 2. Here's Greta.
Oh, that's a travel, I thought.
What about... Oh, and he's kicked it away. Greta got a little frustrated there. Bairstow did brilliantly there.
Yeah, a great job. If you can stop Dan Greta from getting an easy drive into the basket, you've done your job well, because he does not mind if a body is in his way. Dan Greta will always, obviously, bully his way in.
He's about to bring the ball forward for the fight. Brooke. It's Jaden Bazan. Oh, he's lost it. And stripped out of his hands. Murphy's lost it. Good job by Boucher. Now Bazant. Oh, it's Bairstow. Scrambles. And unfortunately, it was just all a little bit too untidy.
It was a little untidy, but on the initial play of that offensive set, Bairstow was under the basket for a solid 2 to 3 seconds. No one guarding him. So they set the play up beautifully, just unable to execute. Find him underneath.
Breeder. Hara back to Ball. And there's Ball. Doesn't get that little finger roll to fall. And Brooke tidies up for the fight. Last 45 seconds of this first quarter. Bairstow. Can't nail a jumper. Lovely outlet. And here's Murphy. Easy 2 points for the Hawks.
Yeah, I love that. Great look up in transition off the rebound. Excellent work from Murphy to run those lanes.
Some nice comeback from the Hawks. Played well off the timeout that Coach Gruggan called halfway through the first quarter. There's Brooke. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Jones. What can he do? Yes, Chris Jones is in a mood. He is in a mood. Now, let's have a look here and see what Hawke's Bay can respond with. Greta. Oh, jeepers, Dan Greta. No travel violation. So a messy end of the quarter there for Dan Greta. But he can put it in the history books now, flush that one away, and focus on the next period. It's 22 to 20 at the end of the first quarter here in Napier. (22 to 20 to Hawke's Bay after the first quarter. Jackson Ball leading all scorers with 8 points. Doesn't seem on top as I just cast my eyes over that Tauranga Whai stat sheet, which has Chris Jones with 8 points as well. Dan Greta with 7. Just a few frustrating signs there for Dan Greta in that quarter too, Casey, which was interesting. And I mean, not expecting him to, I don't know, flip his lid or anything like that. But yeah, interesting to see a player like him just losing composure a couple of times there.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll not see that this quarter.
So second quarter underway, and Hawke's Bay up by 2. Shooting the ball at 60%. 9 from 15 from the field. Here's Greta. That's a pretty decent percentage, isn't it? Helped by Jackson Ball, those 2 big threes. And Scott, who's already got a 3 as well. And that's tipped back nicely to Jet Thompson, who started the second quarter here for Tauranga. Nicely moved there by Coach Lacey. Jones. Working off Zana. Three again from Hawkboy. Rattles in his second of the game and gives Tauranga a 1-point lead.
Now, beautiful execution there from the fine Hawkboy, just to jump, elevate over the top of the ball.
6 points for him. And Ball, so good at luring fouls out of defenders in those situations.
Oh yeah, especially if you can do it against Hawkboy, who probably normally would get the block on that play. But Jackson Ball just showing his maturity. You know, he's wise beyond his years.
Yes, indeed. 82% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Jackson Ball this season. And included in that is a run of 21 out of 21. That night against the Indian Panthers at the Pukakoi Stadium a couple of weeks ago, as he gets his first two of the evening there.
He'll be contributing to a few hoops around the country, I'd imagine.
It's been a delight to watch this season. He's first player to hit double digits of this game. There's the fly coming forward again through Pero Hunt. Zan. Jones Zana wide open. Oh, he's lost it. Stone cold there.
That was a good play. Great screen by Zana. Chris Jones hit him on the dime, just unable to collect it. I like that 1-2 punch from those two.
First try Zana, 34 years of age, as we see Yates. Now Ball again. Ball just can't miss at the moment, Casey.
I just feel like he's got some paws for hands, because everything he does just looks so effortless, so easy.
Yes, it does. Nice rebound there by Jones. Scott just caught out of possession. Now Zana going to put up a three. High off the rim, and Boucher's almost, in fact it was Thompson almost getting in there to nick it.
Almost had his jersey ripped off on that one.
Good ball. Ball again, and there's another foul by Zana.
Again, nice drive there from Ball, creating that contact, doing what he does, carrying his team offensively.
There's the large Five Boroughs pizza. 32, well, it's not 32 bucks, it's $31.99. I should get that right. Every cent is vital these days, you know.
I agree.
Scan that QR code, folks. That offer is valid until Sunday. There's Jackson Ball at the Chemist Warehouse stripe again. He is up to 13 points already in this game, so just under half the points. What's happening here? Nothing by the sounds of it, just Brad Clive and Sasha Nicholson have a bit of a chat. Ball rattles in the second, so he's 4 from 4 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe now. Hawks play out to a 5-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the game so far. Oh, that's beautiful play from Pero Hunt. Wide open for three, and he makes it count.
That was a great heads-up play there. Got Jackson off his feet. Nice little step back there for the finish.
Breeder. Oh, stolen by Bairstow. Pero Hunt back to Bazan. And Jones. Can't nail the three, just a touch short, but the rebound falls for Tauranga. Now Jones again, looking for Hawkboy. It's still there with only 4 on the shot clock, and Bairstow can't roll it in.
Oh, I like the energy and the work rate of the Phi on that play, just not giving up. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalize, but I like that energy.
Here's Scott. Well short there, easily gathered by Pero Hunt. Here's Bazan. Back to Pero Hunt again. Now the Phi might settle it down with 10 on the shot clock. Good boy again. Pero Hunt. A little rolling hook shot.
I like that. A great seal there from Hawkboy to draw the defenders in. And a good finish there.
It is 8 points for Pero Hunt. Now Murphy. Topsy-turvy game. That 5-point lead has been scrubbed really fast by Tauranga. And there's a three by you-know-who, Jackson Ball. And a timeout called by Matt Lacey. Jackson Ball, 5 from 6 from the field. He is 3 from 3 from beyond the arc, 4 from 4 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 17 points.
Well, the problem is Barstow closed out with his hands down, and it was too late. You've got to have active hands on ball at all times.
17 points already for Jackson Ball. Now, to grab free fuel off your next Waitomo purchase, scan the QR code on your screen right now. Head to Waitomo's online wheel, enter your mobile number to spin the wheel, and you'll automatically score Waitomo Mula to use on your next fuel up at any Waitomo fuel stop. So Jackson Ball's got 17 points in the game already, Kaysen, and there's still 6:39 to play in the second quarter.
I just, I really haven't seen the efficiency that Jackson Ball has put on in the first half of this season. 55% overall from the field, 74% from inside the arc. Granted, he does get a lot of backdoor plays, and then 82% from the free throw line and 35% from three. I mean, he's basically leading all stats for his team apart from free throws and three-pointers. And that's behind Chris Jones.
Well, we saw a nice response by Hawke's Bay in that first quarter. And what's happened off the ball here? Who's that foul going to go on? Is it Hawk Boy?
No, it will. I believe it's going to be on.
Hero Hunt.
I think it might have been on Kobe Carter.
Here eventually. Foul anyway. Now here is Jones over to Basant. Stuff there from Jaden Basant, just his radar was a little off. Hawke's Bay again. Carter over to Bullock. That's nice. How about that for a finish? How about that for his first 2 points of the game?
I don't know how he pulled that off. Swakala Bullock with one of my favorite names in the competition, falling away to the baseline, somehow banked it in against the defense of Jaden Bazant.
That was very tidy from the 2022 Australian rep. It was fun to watch in the Australian NBL this season for Hawks. All 37 games, 8 points per game at 50%. He's averaging 16 points a game here in New Zealand. Can't get the three-point play, though, from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, but nice job by Mookie Yates. Dan Gruder hustled that back for Kobe Carter. Here's Yates. Yates looking for space and finding some around Denhambrook.
Yeah, it's just a textbook move there from Yates. Came to a stop, switched over to the other side. Nice finish.
Here's Hawkboy. Baseline, didn't get the ball though. Shot clock down to 7. Brook. Back Hawkboy it was, just couldn't quite gather the pass. Slightly off the mark there is Swakala Bullock again. Is fouled by Denhambrook.
I like this pace from the Hawks, and again, I really like that last defensive possession. As you see the replay here, taking the hip check from Denhambrook, Swakala Bullock hitting the deck hard. He'll be all right though, but again, their defense on that last play, forcing that pass over the top, just out of Carter Hawkboy's reach. Beautiful stuff.
Spain just leaking out again here. This is a similar pattern to what we saw in the Fives last game against Taranaki. Opponents just get out to that lead close to double digits. Gives the opportunity to control the game. Now, Ball's had that slapped out of his hand. Still going to be Hawke's Bay ball with 8.4 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, Chris Jones, great job not causing the foul there. Got a hand on it. Quite a mismatch there between the heights of Ball and Jones, but Jones not afraid of a little bit of contact.
Nice pass from Yates into Greta, who gets 2 and calls for the foul, but didn't get one. Now sub is coming into the game. In fact, are we going to have a timeout with the Hawke's Bay Hawks up by 9? That's the biggest lead of the game now.
Again, it's coming off of their pressure defensively. They've really stepped it up in this second half. Jackson Ball again, another player stepping up for them.
Scan that QR code, folks, on your screen right now to get team merch. It's on sale through Sterling Sports all the way through the country right now. And support your team as we head into the second half of the season here on Sky Sport. You can just see on the right of screen, they're just nursing a little back injury at the moment. Bit of a loss for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, but Hawke's Bay have actually handled their injuries and unavailability through the season very well, in all honesty, haven't they?
Well, they have got some great depth on the bench, and you saw it at the beginning of the season. They're all local, they know how to play together, they have that chemistry, and yeah, they've just carried it on. And it's nice to know that you can count on your bench players to step up when you need them.
Well, on the other side of the equation, Matt Lacey, the Tauranga coach, won't be wanting this lead to get any bigger. Really, he wants that deficit cut right now. Hero Hunt puts it back to Hawk Boy, and there's a third three from that same spot in the game.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Just set Carter Hawk Boy up right there or right under the basket, and he will be a point-producing machine.
Read a little push there. I think that might have gone on Hero Hunt.
Great job turning the corner there. Dan Greta, for someone that has so many injuries, he is absolutely relentless getting to the paint.
He's great to watch, isn't he? Second foul for Pero Hunt, by the way. Brooks got 2 fouls for Hawke's Bay. On court goes, we see Dan Greta go to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Looking at all the stats here, you see points in the paint for the Hawks. They are at 20 compared to 8 for the 5. Again, that could be a difference maker in this game.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Yates has only got 2 of them.
He's also got 6 rebounds, though, so give him that.
He seems to be very comfortable in that part of the court, doesn't he? As we see. Try again here. 8-point deficit. Here's Jones trying to get around Carter. Nice hands by Brooke. Here's Pero Hunt with 3 on the shot clock. Basket for them to make, and that's a good defensive stop by Hawke's Bay. Carter. Giving the ball out to Ball. Looking for Yates, can't gather.
That was a great tip there from the 5.
Now Jones. And there's another rebound for Lukey Yates. 7th for him in the game. Screen set by Carter, but Swakala can't nail a triple, and here's Bairstow. Pushing the pass for Jones. Oh, he squeezed between those defenders beautifully. Where was the foul, he reckons? And there's no whistle. Here's Yates. Coast to coast for Lukey Yates. Not to be. Nice defense by the 5.
I mean, I like this. There's a whole lot of one and done on both sides. We've gone about 7 trips up and down the court without a whistle and without a second shot.
There's Pero Hunt. Little teardrop is good. The floater from Pero Hunt. He's got 10 in the game.
Both teams just looking like they've slowed down a little bit here in the late second quarter.
Tauranga might be their opportunity to just flick the switch here. Looking to run a play. Get away from Brooke. Nice pass. That's beautiful. Carter with the finish.
Yeah, excellent. All eyes on Ball on that play. Able to dish it as Bairstow answers back with another easy 2.
Snuck around the defenders there. Cheeky little run there from Sean Bairstow.
Pleading his case, perhaps for a foul.
We'll get a timeout anyway. with the margin back to 8. Plenty for the Whai to talk about here. As we close in on half-time, here's Jackson Ball. Stellar form he's been in this game, 17 points. Hasn't missed a three-pointer. And as we just saw too, lovely little dish there for Carter. Oh, the former Hawk boy from long range too.
Oh yeah, he's been really nice from behind the arc. Teammates have been struggling to hit him, you know, down low, but he is lighting it up from that spot in particular.
Yes, indeed, 3 from 3, pretty much the same spot. The score at the moment, 41-35 is the score, 2:56 to play. Chris Pirro hung for 10. Hawkwood though 9, all of them threes. And Chris Jones with 8. That's the leading scorers for Tauranga and for the Hawks. Jackson Ball is 17, Dan Greta with 11. 2 players in double figures already. Interesting to see Coach Lacey put Bazant back out there. He's on 2 fouls.
He's calm, cool, collected. He can handle himself.
Jacob Murphy. For Hawke's Bay. Here's Greta. Murphy once again. Murphy, nice defense there by Bazant.
Yeah, did not fall for that Euro step.
And Bazant, is that going to be a counter? It is. Gets a foul off Jackson Ball. Beautiful play at both ends of the court by Jaden Bazant.
And that's why he's in the game. Producing on both sides of the ball, Jaden Bazant getting the stop here defensively. Excellent job. And then capitalizing here on the other side, drawing the foul in the end one.
Bazant getting the three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He's up to 5 points, and that lead is back to a manageable 3 again. For Tauranga, and they're way back from a 9-point deficit now. Push there from Brook, I think.
Yeah, Jackson Ball really likes that matchup against Brook. He's been backing him down anytime he's been on him, and most of the time getting a bucket or a foul on the end of it. But again, he will have another chance to keep his streak perfect from the line. He is 4 for 4 currently.
There's Jackson Ball. Of course, he's just been named in the Tall Blacks as well. It's incredible for a 17-year-old. Such an exciting future he's got. Of course, college in America coming up next year. And now a chance to play international basketball against our arch rivals, the Boomers.
The scary thing is, he's only going to get better. And where he's at now, possibilities are endless.
5 points. Here's the margin for Hawke's Bay. Oh, stolen. Oh, hang on. He's picked up a foul there. Reach in by Campbell Scott. What do you reckon?
I didn't know if it was going to be on Campbell Scott or Jacob Murphy, but I feel like maybe Campbell Scott from behind. Either way, it's still the Whai's ball.
Here's Bazant. Here's Bairstow. Ooh, Jaden Bazant, that's tasty.
Love his game again.
Yeah.
Hand in his face, draining it.
Here's Greta. Tip back there from Denham Brook. It's still going to be Hawke's Bay ball. Yeah, great to see Jackson Ball named in the Tall Blacks. I just wonder if there might be room in the Breakers. The upcoming 1 season for Jackson Ball as well. Maybe on a development contract or something like that, as we see Tauranga playing good defense there on ball.
I like this defensive pressure that they're amping up here in the second quarter. Towards the end, a lot more active on the hands.
It's an important play for Hawke's Bay. They enjoyed a 9-point lead earlier in this quarter. Struggling to unbound it. Bairstow almost pinches it. In fact, Cruz Pero Hunt, the ball's still live. Bairstow can't nail the basket, and we got an injury there to Cruz Pero Hunt. He's cocked a finger to the eye, perhaps.
Yeah, not a nice. Yeah, just in the eye there. That's a tough play.
First of all, let's hope he's okay. Cruz Pero Hunt.
Ooh.
Yeah, there it is.
The finger in the eye.
Yeah, completely accidental from Jackson Ball. We were sitting next. Tom Abercrombie was sitting in that very seat that you were in last year, and of course he had that horrific eye injury a couple of years ago. I always think about that when I see something like this.
I can handle most things, but the eyes is the one thing that just, you gotta protect your vision.
Yeah. Let's hope Pero Hunt, that's not the end of him in this game. Tauranga are going to need him. Good to see them playing a bit of full court pressure. Nice job by Chris Jones. Inbounding is Yates. Now here comes Campbell Scott. Ball. Goes to work again. Jackson Ball, 6 from 8 in the game, 21 points in the first half.
That no spin floater is so tough, and he's mastered it. And Hopoi again, finally getting a bucket underneath.
Yeah, that's his first underneath. I tell you, he's had a very good first half as well. 11 points to him. Now Carter. Scott. Tipped back nicely by Yates. Here's Scott again. Ooh, that's authority. That rebound from Hopoi, and now here comes Jones. Chance for Tauranga to take the lead here. Jones steps back. And the roll off the rim. Bounce off the rim, favours the Hawks.
Whoever was boxing out Jet Thompson did a great job. They pushed him into the bleachers.
Here's Greeter. Trying to work off Yates. Loves Greeter to get in, drives in, but there's his mid-ranger missing. So now Tauranga with a chance to take the lead with 16.4 left, and Jet Thompson's going to call a BNZ player timeout. So that's an opportunity for you to scan that QR code and get your ticket to the big game. All these games tight. See what the Phi can do here. Thompson. Bairstow. Fouled there by Lukey Yates.
Oh, I thought that was a clean block, but fortunately for Bairstow, it was a foul, so he'll have a chance at the line. Again, a nice attempt there at the block. We'll see it here again. Yates meeting him up at the rim. He just caught him on the back of the arm.
His contact was minimal. So Sean Bairstow to the Chemist Warehouse strike. He's been going at 73% this season. I really like this Phi team this year. They do not give up. Yes, they get pressured in games, but they fought back really well in this game. They could go to half-time here locked up. Down by 9 earlier in this quarter, and Bairstow, those 2 free throws, goes to 6 points.
Bairstow's really had to work hard for his 6 points in this quarter. Again, just battling underneath, taking bodies, and not really having great success in this first half, but he'll look to turn that around in the second.
And you could see the look on Sam Gruggan's face there. How has this lead evaporated to nothing? Down the stretch of the second quarter. Hawke's Bay with 3.8 to play. Reader wide open here. And Scott, well, Greta could have taken the shot himself there as we saw Chris Jones fall to the floor, but
I think he also took a shot to the face.
Well, that's the end of the second quarter. Yes, it is. So there we are. Fascinating end of this quarter with Tauranga fighting back really nicely to lock it up at 45 each at halftime. Half-time here in Napier. Hope you're enjoying the coverage of this round 8 NZNBL clash, and it's 45 apiece between Hawke's Bay and Tauranga. It couldn't be tighter as we head to the second quarter with Tauranga outscoring Hawke's Bay by 2 in that last quarter. Let's get to the Chemist Warehouse stats here, Kaysen, and look at Jackson Ball.
Just doing what Jackson Ball does, dominating from every which way. 21 for him in that half. Hopoi and Greta with 11 apiece. Pero Hunt not far behind with 10 himself. And then you see here Pero Hunt as well, distributing the ball. And I'd say his defense is probably his strongest point in this game so far. Yates with 2 assists, as well as Jones and Barstow. But I'd like to see this here from Yates on par with his performance from the last game. 10 rebounds in that first half alone. Barstow and Greta with 4 apiece. You see there 3 apiece for the others, and blocks. You see the Phi again their defense has been the story for them this season, and you see it there. 3 blocks for them in that first half. Greta with 1 and steals. Again, defense. Defense wins games, and you'll see it there. 2 steals apiece for Barstow and Jones. Anyone else with 1.
7 steals in the half there, but Jackson Ball, he's been deadly, hasn't he? He's been one to watch in this game.
It's so fun to watch in transition.
He's been shooting the ball at 75%, 6 from 8. He's only missed 2 shots in the game. Jackson Ball is 17-year-old, brand new Tall Black. And but despite his outstanding offensive performance and the outstanding defensive performance and rebounds for Lukey Yates, we've still got a tied ball game. 45 apiece. Lots of intrigue coming up too. Will Cruz Pera Hunt play in the second half of this game after getting a finger in the eye? We'll find out all of that coming up shortly. Not too far away from the start in the second half here at Rodney Green's Arenas in Napier. 45 all between the Hawks and the Whai. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, folks, as we move through into the second half of this game. And, well, lots to like about that Whai performance as well. Chris Jones, well, he started hot, Kaysen, but just eased off a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he had a tough defensive responsibility as he was guarding Jackson Ball for the majority of that quarter. Again, Jackson Ball, the only player on the court that's played every single minute of that first half.
Yes, indeed, and the outside shooting from both teams has been pretty hot. Hawke's Bay 4 from 8 from beyond the arc, and Tauranga 7 from 16. That's 43% with 3 3-pointers coming from Carter Hawkboy.
Yeah, he has been hot from that right-hand side, and a great job from the 5, finding him in that position. Again, not getting many easy looks inside, but he is really doing a great job from behind the arc.
Spiro Hunt, we await with interest to see what is going to happen with him. He's on 10 points and 2 rebounds, but are we going to see him again in the second half? After getting that stray finger from Jackson Ball in his eye. Here's the mixandpick.com. Hawks still favoured to win, 79% to 21. Have some fun with that poll, folks. Get in there and scan that QR code. Maybe there's just more Hawks fans watching tonight so far.
I mean, home court advantage, you know. You gotta please the home fans.
Well, their win against the Saints in the last round was pretty impressive. And I guess the smart kind of assumption to make might be they might back that up, but Tauranga, I like the result. They don't give up.
They are relentless in their pursuit defensively. Again, I just love the way they're locked in. They do the fundamentals. Everyone's searching for the box out. They're not giving the Hawks a chance to get those easy offensive boards. But again, the shifts as well as clogging the lanes. Again, Dan Grady, you see him there. He had quite a bit of a frustrating first half, I'd say, compared to what he's used to. And again, that's a tribute to the defense from the 5.
Yes, he turned it over 4 times. That's the most turnovers of any player in the game, but he still has 11 points and 4 rebounds. Chris Jones, 8 points and 2 assists so far for the point guard from Tauranga. Almost set for a start in the second half. Remember when these two teams met back in early April last month? The Hawks went on to win 86-74. Going to do the double over Tauranga. And in 2025. So we're just going to get a slight delay to the start of the third quarter. Bench there. So you see Sasha Nicholson and Brad Clive over there. Just another opportunity to just have a quick look at the games to come over the next 2 days. Bulls and the Nuggets will fire up tomorrow at Pukekohe. Then we've got that doubleheader Saturday, Airs and Saints, Sharks and Rams. And don't forget about that Jets-Giants game on Sunday. And then we've got that little break coming up with, of course, the Trans-Tasman clashes coming between the Tall Ferns and the Opals and the Boomers and the Tall Blacks. Let's get this third quarter underway now with Chris Jones here in Napier. Thanks for joining us here on Sky Sport. Zang starts the second half. No sign of Cruz Pero Hunt, unfortunately, as we see Biesto game closed right there. Sana back to Biesto. Now the 5 with 4 on the shot clock. Jones puts up the 3. Oh, and he nails it. What a shot from Chris Jones.
Unbelievable stuff. He even did a little pump fake in between, but solid as they come, Chris Jones.
11 points. First points of the second half. Here's ball. Slide. No, it's still going to be Hawke's Bay ball. 8.3 on the shot clock. Good news, folks, Zach Cruz Pero Hunt is on the bench. And he's taken off that ice pack as well. Here's Jackson-Ball. It's caught to Greta. Ooh, nice little hand there from Carter Hawkboy, and it's a turnover.
I wonder if Dan Greta's drive was a point of emphasis for the Phi leading into this game, because they've done such a great job shutting him down.
Just noticed too on that offensive play, the Phi were marking Jackson-Ball much tighter. See if that continues in the second half. Bairstow working off Zanna. It's an interesting play from Bairstow. Shot clock down to 5 for Jones. Yates has got the rebound for Hawke's Bay, and here comes Scott. It's 4. Switch defending there too by the Fires. We see Swakala-Bullock. Start to the game for him. He's just 2 points in the game. And it's going to be 5 possession again. Another good stop by the visiting team.
Yeah, again, doing such a great job shutting down those key players for the Hawks.
Zanna. Jones. Campbell Scott didn't come. Now it's Hawkboy for 3. Rebound is good from Bazan. Here's Bairstow. Zanna's going to put up a 3. And Greta's got the rebound.
Well, it's a good defensive possession if you're going to let Zanna pop the 3.
Ooh. Zanna couldn't resist, could he? Smash it out of Swakala-Bullock's hands.
That's a foul every time, reaching with that inside hand. Use that lead hand on the left, and you might be able to get away with it. Not with these Barter Card officials.
Swakala-Bullock just 2 points in the game. Jackson-Ball show so far for Hawke's Bay offensively. He goes again. Oh, he gets another one in. He's just got a freakish ability to nail them.
It's those paws, and then you look at him using his length, giving Zanna no chance to get a tip on it. Fully extended Jackson-Ball with the touch off the glass.
23 points for Jackson-Ball. Remember, his season's high, scores 40. That was in the first game of the season. So he's still got a fair way to go to get to that. He's at the Chemist Warehouse strike for another 3-point play. And that's 7 out of 7 from the free throw line.
He's just unreal, Jackson-Ball. One of the best young talents in New Zealand, I think it's safe to say.
Yes, that has certainly emerged in recent times. Here's Jones. Bairstow did well. Not get it stolen by Greta. There's a 3-pointer from Hawkboy.
I just want to say, the last 3-pointer Hawkboy shot was on the left side of the court. That one that he just made was on his favorite, the right. That's where he's been hot the whole game.
Sweet as Picard Hawkboy. Now Scott. Oh, it opens up for Scott. His shot was a 3, and now here's Bairstow. Hawkboy again. Nice from Hawkboy, but blocked cleanly by Hawke's Bay. And here comes ball to Greta. And Greta is going to be called for a second offensive foul of the game.
That's great recognition there from Jones. Again, setting his feet, knows the style of Greta. He's aggressive on the drive. If you can get there and plant early, you're going to draw a lot of offensive fouls against Greta. Greta's just got to stop and pop. He's been called a few times. They're going to be looking out for it now. Got to change it up.
Tauranga. They are here to play again, aren't they? As Brooke comes forward. Now Jones. Can't get around Jacob Murphy that time, and Jones might be called for a little reach in there.
Yeah, just a little aggressive. Probably a little upset he missed that nice, easy floater, but again, good job defensively from the Hawks.
Worries for the Phi. That's just Jones' first foul. Ball again. Wow.
What do you even say?
I don't know. that he's got 27 points. That's about it, really. Bairstow, lovely move from Sean Bairstow, not giving us any opportunity to enjoy that magnificent three from ball.
Not at all, but Bairstow for him, what a thunderous finish as you see that beautiful high arcing shot there from Jackson Ball. But Bairstow going the other way in transition with the answer back. He has not had easy looks at all tonight. And he would love to see that one go in.
Three-point play to fall from the Chemist Warehouse strike. Bairstow, he's got 8, by the way. Now ball. That's Kobe Carter. Bullock over to Yates. Good ball. Let's give him the ball. Here's Murphy for 3. Oh, Jacob Murphy now getting hot.
Talk about a quick release. Jacob Murphy getting the Hawks hot from deep.
Home team back in front by 1 is Hawk Boy. Carter's fouled him.
Yeah, Hawk Boy's really excellent on that reverse layup. If he gets going to the left, he's really great at using his length to get it to the other side of the rim. Fortunately there, got the foul, so he'll have a chance for 2.
Hawk Boy has 14 points. 12 of those points are 3-pointers. This is his first visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game. 63% he's been going. That's down another percent with a miss there. Get the second one to fall. Carter. Carter again. Struggle the bullet. Nice defense played on him by Jet Thompson. Oh, boy, looked like he got a clean block, but might have just given him a hip nudge.
Yeah, a little bit of hip. Bullock's looking like he's got a little bit of a limp. Again, just I think the bodily contact there from Hawk Boy. The block looked clean, but the body probably not so much. So Bullock having a relatively quiet game tonight. It'll be just his 3rd point on the evening.
He's only put up 5 shots in the game. It's been all about Jackson Ball. He's on 27. So Hawke's Bay back in front by 3 again. Bairstow. Brook. Oh boy. Nice from Bairstow. Timing right though on the layup. Now here comes Hawke's Bay. Still no sign of Cruz Pirahan, unfortunately, for Tauranga. Looks like he might have succumbed to that eye injury that he picked up late in the first half. Murphy nailed a triple. Hawk Boy uncontested that time. This is Bazant. Here's Hawk Boy for 3 again. Oh, yes. Carter, Hawk Boy. Another 3. That's his 5th of the game.
That's his spot. He is automatic from that right-hand side, and a great recognition from his teammates hitting him in transition.
Hawk Boy up to 17 points now. There is Murphy. Nice pass into Yates. Bit of a mismatch there. Cool, still can't nail the basket. The foul is going to be conceded.
I think that might be on Hawk Boy again. And Yates again, not really looking for that ball on the roll, even though it was wide open. We'll have a chance here for 2. This will be his first trip to the stripe. And first shot successful on the season, shooting about 70% from the line.
Second, oh boy, flirted with losing that ball. And there's a little foul from Jacob Murphy. So Jacob Murphy, his first foul of the game. going to be nothing in this game, Casey. I know there's a long way to predict that, but it doesn't feel like either team's going to go on a big run at this particular point. As Murphy steals, but it's a 1-on-2 situation. And Hawk Boy able to get it back from Bairstow, and there's Brooke with the reverse, can't nail it. And here come, oh, here's Bazant for 3. Ooh, can't nail it. And here comes Carter. A bit messy from both teams.
Yeah, just a little bit messy. Campbell Scott trying to slow things down.
Passed into Yates. There's Yates over the top of Denham-Brook for 2 more, and it's 5 points for Lukey Yates. Timeout called by Matt Lacey from the Phi. Doesn't like the feel of performance of his team just in the last few seconds, but that's a nice finish from Yates.
Yeah, I like to see him get going from deep. Hasn't really had the opportunity this game, obviously, because, you know, Jackson Ball's been popping off from deep. But again, nice look there from the Hawks, utilizing the big man.
5 points. An opportunity to remind you about this offer from Waitomo Fuels. Grab free fuel of your next Waitomo purchase to scan that QR code. And Waitomo Mula could be winging its way to your mobile number. Register on the Waitomo app with the same mobile number. The Mula will be available in your balance, ready to auto-redeem of your next in-app purchase at a Waitomo Fuel stop. Jackson Ball with 27 for Hawke's Bay. Dan Greeder with 11. Greeder, I don't think, has scored since the first quarter, I think.
And he's averaging 27.
Yeah. Hawks out to 17, by the way. Now, that's only 2 off his career high of 19, which he set on the 12th of April this year against Nelson.
There's still a lot of game left to play.
Yes. Here's Jones now. Biggest lead of the game for Tauranga has only been 3. They've been there or thereabouts the whole game. Jones. Nice play from Jones. Can't get the roll off the rim, and there's Yates. His arms are just too long. In fact, his arms are as long as Jones's entire body.
It seems like it, eh?
Here's Lukey Yates. In the ball. Ordering Murphy to go baseline. Fade away to fall that time by Jackson Ball. That would have been pretty, and we've got a jump ball, have we? Yes, we have.
Yeah, that shot there from Jackson Ball would have been a miracle as his feet were sliding up from underneath of him. Somehow managed to get the shot off to make it look clean, nice and stable. Oh, it actually looks way better on the replay. I'll eat my words. And then Boucher there with the hustle play.
Nice play from Jaden Boucher. Just like his dad, never gives up on a basketball court. Here's Ball. There's a little foul there from poor Jet Thompson.
I like his defensive presence, Jet Thompson. We saw it a lot in the Rapid League game. Absolutely shutting down Jacob Murphy after his first 2 early threes in the game. But here you see him just a little bit aggressive on that play.
That's put Hawke's Bay in the bonus too. 3:01 to play in the third. So here's Jackson Ball at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Hasn't missed a free throw in the game.
I can just see his hands on that ball. He makes that ball look tiny. I knew he had some pause.
Nine from the free throw line, all in a day's work for Jackson Ball. It's up to 29 points, gives Hawke's Bay that 5-point lead. Their biggest lead's been 9, which they earned in the second quarter.
Seems like every time you talk about a lead,
yeah,
all of a sudden it gets cut down to
exactly
2 or 3.
Percent. Right back into Boucher's hands. In fact, that's Thompson. This is our second opportunity here for Tauranga. Zan again trying the same move, and it's the same result. Carter. Scott. Pass from Ball over to Yates. Now here's Scott for 3. Boucher getting the rebound for Tauranga. Zand, nice pass. Hopoi with the flush.
Love when Hopoi can get up and elevate and flush the ball. Excellent dish there from Bazan. You see it here. Good drive, hitting the paint. No defensive rotation on the weak side.
It's great to see Carter Hopoi back scoring freely again. He's just, we mentioned a couple of times now, he's been battling a little calf niggle in the last couple of games, which has seen him on limited minutes, but he seems to be over that now. It's great seeing the best of him again. Now ball being pressured by Boucher. Shot clock down to 3 here for Hawke's Bay. Scott puts up a tough shot. Oh, great stuff from Greta. And Greta with the soft finish.
Yeah, Greta's got that nice high arcing shot, able to get it over the top of Hopoi.
Oh, Hopoi! He completely bamboozled Luca Yates there. What a shame he didn't nail that basket for Tauranga.
I was hoping for a back-to-back flush from Hopoi on that play, but smart foul from Luca Yates. Again, just got him off balance there and committed the foul in the end. Hopoi, nice heads-up play from the youngster.
He's going to send him to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Chance here for Carter Hopoi to get a career-high score. His equal high 19 at the moment. Tauranga going pretty well from the... They could be going better from the free throw lines. Let's look at those stats now, Kaysen. 4 from 8.
Yeah, not great.
15 from 17, 88%. Yates, by the way, I think he's just picked up his 3rd foul. Just confirmation of that. He's just checked out of the game for the meantime.
Luca Yates has got 15 rebounds so far this game.
He's just swallowing those up, isn't he? Here's Hopoi again. And there it is, a new high score of 20 for Carter Hopoi.
Not shooting a bad percentage overall, 63% from the field, 71% from behind the arc.
Shine just got tangled up with Murphy there. In fact, it was Campbell Scott. Jones has got plenty to say.
Campbell Scott letting him know it's still their ball. Oh, he's letting him know that he will be shooting 2 free throw shots.
Both teams in the bonus now. So Campbell Scott, he has 5 points in the game. He's a good free throw shooter, 85%. Rear miss for him. Let's see what happened here. Actually, more of an accidental trip there than anything else. Scott with the second. 5-point lead for Hawke's Bay. Tauranga again. 5 points behind. Ooh, again. It's there, but that's going to be on Jackson Ball, and that's going to be free throws for Chris Jones.
Yep, again, another off-ball foul here. Costly times for both teams, as both teams, like you said, are in the bonus. So this could be a long, extended third quarter if both teams keep committing the fouls.
This is on 11 in this game. At 12, he's at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Remember, every free throw made contributes funds to the BBNZ Hoops in Schools program. Program. We're hoping for a lot more here. And we're back to a 3-point ball game. Here's ball. Campbell Scott. Shot clock down to 6. Good defense played by the Whai here. And we got a travel on Campbell Scott. Good work there by Jet Thompson, Jaden Boucher, and a couple others there, Kaysen.
Yeah, absolutely. The Whai, again, hanging their hat on their defense. forcing the Hawks to use every bit of that shot clock with the turnover.
Thompson. Yes, they back out there now. Thompson. Banks it in beautifully, Jet Thompson.
That is a tough shot from Jet Thompson again, taking the heavy contact. Nice little floater there off the backboard. You see it there. Campbell Scott with that early body, fading to the baseline. Super stoked about that one, Jet Thompson.
First points of the game for Thompson. Point play coming up here. That's going to lock the scores up again, Kaysen.
These teams have been neck and neck all game.
Yeah. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Breeder. Bullet back out there now. As we see Scott bring it to Ball. Oh, somehow finds room through about 3 players there.
Oh, he had about a centimeter gap and he somehow found it. Made it look so easy.
It's Jones exploding. Now Brook, oh, it's been turned over. Here comes Ball again. He's in that mood, Jackson Ball. Oh, good work from Denham Brook. Outstanding from him. It's going to give the Phi one more opportunity in this third quarter. Jones. Thompson again. Jet Thompson. Oh, the tip in from Bouch is not going to drop. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. So Hawke's Bay and Tauranga, it's been a battle in this game. They were locked up at half-time, and it's just 2 points in it. Heading to the last quarter, it's the Hawks up 66-64. Three-quarter time here. We've got one more period to go, and Jackson Ball dominating the game MVP mixandpick.com poll. And it's not surprising too with these stellar numbers from the 17-year-old. 31 points. He's not been rested in the game. He's played every single second. He's attracted plenty of attention. He's got 7 fouls on him in the game. And let's get the last quarter underway with the Phi and Sean Bairstow. They were right there. Jaden Bazant back out there now. Just a touch long there from Bazant. Here comes Jackson Ball, the man with a hot hand. He's shooting at 75%. He's only missed 3 field goal attempts in the whole game. 9 from 12. Swakala Bullock brilliantly there to keep it from sneaking over the baseline. Again, nice defense played on him by Bazant. Bairstow for 3. That's close.
It's just not his night, unfortunately, for Bairstow, having to work hard every single bucket.
Would have given them the lead, a rare lead. As it's turned out for Tauranga, they're right there. Ball again. Going to work off Lukey Yates. All blocked this time by Hawkboy. In fact, a foul on Carter Hawkboy. That's going to be his 4th foul.
Oh. Yeah, if you're a coach, you're going to probably sit him for a few minutes here so he doesn't get an early 5th foul. And if you are the Hawks, you're going to be throwing it to the guy that he's guarding.
Opportunity if you look at that large 5 boroughs piece. In fact, not just look at it, but get it. Just scan that QR code, $31.99. Jackson Ball continues to be blemish-free at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
It's like he's shooting into the ocean tonight. Can't seem to miss.
33 points. He is 11 from 11 at the free throw line. Oh boy. Besto. Rolling it away to Hawkboy.
Love that play from the Phi, utilizing Hawkboy in the way he can be used best with the flush.
Love it. Hawkboy remaining out on court on 4 fouls, by the way. Greta. It's going to roll nicely for Dan Greta. He's up to 15 in the game. Stops that 4-point lead as we see Boucher. Besto. Reckon about what's your thoughts on that in a minute as Hawkboy goes in again.
All it took was a split second on the hezzy to get the 2nd flush in this quarter.
This is brilliant from Carter Hawkboy. Here's Jackson Ball. Now Scott. Yates. Reader for 3. That is going to be, oh, it's gone in, but it won't count, unfortunately.
Hawks fans celebrating, they love the shot.
What do you reckon about Matt Lacey's gamble here of keeping Carter Hawkboy out on court, Kaysen?
Well, it's clearly paying off as he's gotten back-to-back flushes. But again, on defense, he's got to be careful not to get a ticky-tack foul and take him out of the game.
There's Hawkboy. He's on 24 points now. Run around from Bazant. Nice from Jaden Bazant. He's up to 10.
I love that 2-man game there from Hawkboy and Bazant.
High ball game. What a thriller we've got here on your Thursday nights. And here's Campbell Scott. Yates. Well, the Phi quite happy to give him the one from beyond the arc there. Unnoted 3-point shooter as we see Besto looking to create again. The spin cycle is on maximum speed.
Love Besto's game underneath. He does such a great job getting in. Tonight, he's not getting the roll, unfortunately, but he is drawing the foul, and so he'll have a chance here at the Chemist.
8 points. 2 from 3 from the Chemist Warehouse line this evening. Tauranga take the lead. Nicely done by Sean Besto.
You did ask about why Hawkboy's on the court still, and it is the fact that he is the leading scorer for the Phi by quite a long shot.
Oh no, what's happened to Jackson Ball there?
I'm not exactly sure.
Here's Jones with the turnover anyway. Jaden Bazant back to Jones with style.
That is the silky smooth play of Jaden Bazant. Why, he's one of my favorite players in the league. So fresh with it. Jaden Bazant with the behind the back assist to Jones.
What happened to Jackson Ball there? It looked like he just got freakish injury there or something. Oh, he got a good whack in the face there by Boucher. It was missed by the officials. There's Bazant. Fantastic play from him. The Phi just starting to get on top of the Hawke's Bay team right now. lost their last 3 games on the trot. Tauranga, are they about to end that nasty little run? Timeout called by Sam Gruggan. Check out all the Chemist Warehouse stats at the end of the game, of course. Now here's a little stat for you too, Kaysen. This 4-point lead for the Phi is their biggest lead of the game.
Crazy to think, but it has been such a back and forth game this whole time, and every time you talked about, oh, the Hawks have a 9-point lead, they just creep their way back in. They're just always there, and you see the mix and pick MVP, obvious choice, Jackson Ball at the top with 52%. But I must say, you got to put some respect on Carter Holpoi's name. 24 points.
Yeah. Come on, folks, get him on the mixandpick.com. Carter Holpoi, 24 points and 5 rebounds for Carter Holpoi. Interesting too that Tauranga are basically right in this game here, leading it. Without Talib Zana, who's only played 9 minutes in the game for no points and no rebounds. He's one of their American imports. And of course the injury, the eye injury to Cruz Pero Hunt, which saw him not return after midway through the second quarter.
Well, I think the bench players are enjoying this opportunity to step up and show their stuff, you know. We've got depth as well. The Phi, again, can really rely on the veteran presence of Jaden Bazan, and you see Jaden Boucher in there as well, putting in some big defensive minutes for the Phi.
Yes, indeed. And Chris Jones is stepping up now. He's on 15. But Carter Holpoi's been the one, hasn't he? 24 points at 69%. 5 3-pointers for Carter Holpoi. Now, what's happened here?
They're complaining about him shooting a second free throw. And Chris Jones is just like, oh, I was just trying to get my eye in. It's not a scratch off their back.
Just got to mention too that Sam Gruggan's been given a technical foul, by the way. That's why we saw that free throw shot there from Jones. Coach Gruggan's just got to cool the engines a little bit here. His team is down by 4. Don't want to give away easy points, and pretty fortunate not to give another 1 point away there. Now Greta. Scott. Dangrita for 3. Yep, that's good defense again by Tauranga.
Again, making the Hawks use every second of that shot clock. They are locked in defensively, the Phi.
That's momentum, just moving the way of the visitors here. Still a long way to go in this game. 6:10 to play as we see a beautiful pass from Bairstow. There's Brock. It's a smasher from Dangrita.
The shot clock is not resetting.
Didn't touch the rim as Bairstow realizes that, puts up the triple, doesn't get it. And Greta grabs the board.
Where did he come from? Dan Greta with the volleyball spike off the glass.
Yeah, that was impressive. Here's Yates working on Brooke here. Now Greta. And that big defensive play. Ooh, working for the defensive play, and Greta's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Dangerous territory here. I think Greta's starting to feel himself a little bit late here in the 4th. Could be trouble for the Phi down the stretch if he gets going.
5 minutes 40 to play. Greta with a rare miss from the free throw line. His first of the game.
The 22nd free throw attempt for the Hawks tonight. Make that the 23rd.
3-point game again. Oh, Greta almost with the steal there. Boucher just got it. But that's opened up the court, perhaps here for Denenbrook, no. Thompson. It's Bairstow, in fact, over to Bazant in the corner. Oh, there's Jaden Bazant with a big basket. 13 points, 6-point lead for Tauranga.
Unreal stuff for the Phi, recognizing the shooter in the corner, and again, Jaden Bazant, ice in his veins, letting the people know what an offensive set from the Phi. 6-point lead, 5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter.
The
Again, the Phi are applying this full court pressure. I like the defensive presence.
Here's Greedo again, needs something to get going now, and it's another foul on him.
When he's not getting called for offensive fouls, he's quite good at drawing the foul.
Yes, indeed. I'm a little surprised Sam Gruggan didn't call a timeout after that triple from Bazan.
He's got faith in his team. He's got quite a solid lineup here. He's just letting them feel it out. Again, when you've got Greta firing on all cylinders, this Hawks team is a serious problem. He's just a little bit, not late to the party, but he did have a brutal first half, not having many calls go his way. But 5 minutes left to go. It's still a lot of game time.
4-point game again. Jones. Nice pressure by Campbell Scott. Here's Bairstow. Bairstow. Get that range jumper. That was a better, more solid defensive set from Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, it was a good defensive set from the Hawks. I wasn't a big fan of that shot there, simply due to the fact Bairstow kind of hesitated on it.
Shot made by Campbell Scott.
That is a really tough shot and a necessary shot for the Hawks. Again, off the backboard, in the face of Bairstow. Campbell Scott, he's another one that can really grind it out for the Hawks.
It's a big play from Hawke's Bay. 6-point lead cut to 2 again in this topsy-turvy game. Which way is it going to go? We have no idea, as I'm sure you don't have at home too. Jackson Ball just taking a little hit check there. He's under 50% on the MixandPick.com game MVP poll.
Hey, I like seeing my man Jaden Bazant climbing his way up the poll. He has really stepped up with
13 points.
Yep, 13 points. And with Cruz Perro Hunt out of the game, he's also got 4 assists to top it off. That big time 3 in the corner, shooting 45% from the field overall. Again, Carter Hopoi only with 13%. Come on, people.
Yeah.
24 points for the youngster. Played 27 minutes so far.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating finish to this game. Make sure you don't go anywhere, folks. Here's Bairstow. And Jones. Bairstow again. Bazant. That trademark move again from Jaden Bazant.
The finesse on that finish to the left. Jaden Bazant showcasing his ability. That is a high skill shot. Just see it here again. Tuck the ball in and a nice little lift under there on the left. Beautiful stuff from Jaden Bazant.
15 for Bazant in this game off the bench. For Tauranga. It's the 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Back to a 5-point game.
If the Phi can get a stop here in a good offensive set, Hawks Bay are going to be in a bit of trouble as Chris Jones applying the pressure on Campbell Scott.
Nice work by Jones, wasn't it? Here's Yates. Bullock. Shot clock down to 5. He puts up the shot, nails it. Nicely done.
Great composure from Swakala Bullock under the pressure of Jaden Bazant.
Still 3:40 to play. Was baited Jones into taking the 3 there. Here's Bairstow. Left alone for the mid-range jumper. Possibly should have done better with that one as Yates. He's up for Hawke's Bay. Rebound number 16 for him is Greta. No foul there, it's going to be. To put on a possession, Greta's got to be careful here.
Well, that's lucky as well, because he was going up against Hopoi, and if Hopoi committed that foul, he would have been out of this game. Fortunately for the fight, it was off of Dan Greta.
Hopoi still the only player out there on 4 fouls. There's Jones. Just can't rattle that in at the moment. Hawke's Bay are getting opportunities to come back in the game. There's 2 good looks that Tauranga missed on the last 2 possessions. Here's Jackson Ball. Oh, is that the foul on Hopoi? Let's see.
Well, he's staying out there, so it's not on him.
No.
But again, like you said, Hawks getting some great opportunities, but the fight just, again, settling for those mid-range jumpers instead of taking it strong to the rack.
Oh, Jackson Ball's just lost it out of court.
Uncharacteristic play there. He was just looking ahead to his next play. Missed the catch. That'd be a costly turnover for the Hawks.
Yes, though. Boucher. Here's Bazan. Nice rotation out to Jones. Wide open for 3, can't nail it. Boucher almost grabbed an impossible rebound, and now here comes Hawke's Bay. Oh, Greta's lost it. And Besto. Got a dog's breakfast that was mid-court.
I think the heads-up play, I think he was able to call a timeout. Great recovery there from the Phi.
So that's a BNZ player timeout. That is a big call.
That is a big call.
Besto to make there. With 2:30 to play. How important that is going to be.
Down to the wire.
Yeah.
It could work in their favor. I mean, it is a bit of a momentum shift in this last 3 or 4 plays. Nursing this 3-point lead. So it could work in their favor. You know, I've seen player timeouts called far earlier than this and worked out in the favor of the team. So we'll see how this plays out.
That was just another little dramatic twist to the game. See what Tauranga can do here with 1 on the shot clock. Jones under heavy pressure there from Ball. Boucher. Besto's going to have to put up the shot. No, he leaves it for Bazant. Ooh, Bazant's got a habit of nailing those, you know. And now Yates has tidied up. And here comes Hawke's Bay again with another opportunity to narrow this gap. Swakala-Bullock. Space down that right flank. It's a tough basket for him to make. Still going to be Hawke's Bay ball with 10 on the shot clock.
That was great defense there from Jaden Boucher. Just made that shot impossible for Swakala-Bullock.
Inside the last 2 minutes. Just gone a little cold. Their last basket was back 2 minutes ago now, and there's another miss. Both teams just gone a little cold as the pressure kicks in and ramps up a little bit. Maybe Bazant's going to change that right here, right now, and he does. That's 18 points for Jaden Bazant. That's a season high for him at just the right time.
We've seen it time and time again with Jaden Bazant. He's clutch in the deep part of the game. Loves that little floater in the lane. Unable to nail that 3 earlier, but it's only because it wasn't a buzzer beater, you know?
Exactly. He's got a career high of 31 against Otago back in 2022, but good to see Bazant getting a season's best score in this game. How critical is that play going to be? With 1:43 to play, Kaysen, could be absolutely critical with both teams just struggling offensively at the moment.
Well, and with the lack of the player timeout now for the FI, as they used it, with roughly 2:15, 2:30 left to go in this fourth quarter. But again, now they've got a nice little cushion, a 5-point lead. But again, they're just having a hard time pushing past that threshold, as their biggest lead has been 6. And really flirting with it here, but hanging their hat on their defense yet again, able to keep teams from scoring at their normal score rate. Be interested to see, again, Carter Hokpoi, might we add, has been on 4 fouls since about 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. He's done a great job not committing any.
Hasn't scored any points though for a little while, but he's not the only one in that category. They're all struggling a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely right. Even Jackson Ball.
Yep, he's stuck on 33. Pretty amazing, 33 points.
just a slight 33.
He's been 33 for a while, and now it's all about execution here on offensive ends for me, for both teams. Hold their nerves and execute a good play here. Yates looking to get that foul off Hokpoi, and he gets 2 important points. There's back to a 3-point game.
If Yates had held on to that ball for a split second longer, Hokpoi was jumping into his body, he probably would have committed that foul, but got the 2 points anyway.
Jones. With still the scoreboard pressure here. Now Jones has got that layup in. Let's just give them a little bit of breathing space with a minute to play. Is getting really excited now as Greta rolls in 2.
That's just Dan Greta doing Dan Greta things. That was a tongue twister.
10, 20 points for him now. Kazantz. 10 on the shot clock. Take the time all the way down here, but Zach doesn't bother. And now Hawke's Bay have an opportunity. Swakala Bullock goes for 3. Gets his own rebound. Gets his own rebound again. Carter gives it back to Ball. 10 on the shot clock. 22 seconds left. It's crunch time now for Hawke's Bay. There's the foul, and it goes in from Kobe Carter. Can you believe that?
Oh my goodness, you're gonna see it here. Surely thought the shot clock was over. That tap behind, heads up play from Kobe Carter to take that shot. Unreal scenes here in the Hawke's Bay. Oh, what a ticky-tack foul.
It was, wasn't it? There was a nothing little foul there from Jaden Boucher. But a 4-point play
and
potentially for Kobe Carter.
He was behind the arc. That's the thing. I wasn't looking at that. I was just looking at the foul. It was a 3-pointer.
So here's Carter for the lead with 16.7 left. And he gives the lead. Now, Tauranga don't have a BNZ player timeout left. But if they have a main timeout, they do. Kobe Carter, look at that Hawke's Bay bench, pumped up. But the game is still not over.
It's still a lot of time left. I feel like we've been saying that there's a lot of time left in this game, and that was about 17 minutes ago. So, again, both teams grinding it out here. Can the FI make something happen without a BNZ player timeout? 16 seconds left to play. Hawks really need to lock in. Fortunately for them, they have a couple of fouls to give before the fire in the bonus. But again, you want to utilize the time, let it run down, force them to take a shot that they're not willing to take.
Oh, this has been a pretty decent performance from Tauranga. Can they convert it? 1 one more time. Can they execute one more good play?
They're really good at running their offensive sets. The question will be, who is going to take the shot? Now, if it were me,
Jaden Bazant. Give it to Jaden.
1,000% give it to Jaden Bazant.
Hawkboy is 5 from 7 from beyond the arc. Don't need a 3 to win.
Not at all. Maybe an alley-oop to Hawkboy. That would be an electric finish. Or you perch him up on the right side behind the arc. Guaranteed 3.
What about Kobe Carter? That was clutch, that 4-point play. Incredible play to give Hawke's Bay the lead.
It was almost just kind of like a, you know, after the whistle's been called, you could just kind of throw it up there.
For the best.
Yeah. What a heads-up play from him, though.
Well, 16.7 to play. Tauranga Whai down by 1. It's going to be Bazant to inbounder. Oh boy. What are we going to do here? High defense. A foul's been conceded by Kobe Carter, but not in the bonus yet.
Yep,
Tauranga.
still have 2 to give.
It's okay. So probably going to be the same again for Hawke's Bay here on this play. They had that up their sleeve. Bazant to inbound it. 13.7 to play. Here's Wilport. Now Jones. 8 seconds. Jones. Jones! Hawkboy! It's still there. Here's the win. Oh, it's Jaden Bazant! And it's Jaden Bazant. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. It wasn't a 3. He was just inside the 3-point line. But that was incredible.
I am speechless.
Well, Jones, somehow it found its way. Brilliant tip back from Boucher, and was that the game winner from Jaden Bazant? He does it again.
Unbelievable scenes for the Tauranga Whai. My favorite player of the competition, Jaden Bazant. Great job from Boucher to keep it alive. Again, he's the one that committed that foul. They got the 4-point play. And again, he's the one that kept it alive for that shot from Bazant.
20 points for Jaden Bazant. In fact, was that a 3? It was a 3. So it's 87-85 with 3 seconds left.
They put 3 seconds on the clock.
3 seconds. So game is still alive.
Whew.
Here he is, Jaden Bazant, 21 points. We've seen him win rapidly game this year with a buzzer beater, an NBL game last year with a buzzer beater. And now, can Hawke's Bay get the win? 1.8 in fact left. So we're finally getting everything sorted out. 1.8 left for Hawke's Bay here. It's pretty much catch and shoot. Read it to inbound it. Here's the shot from Yates. Oh! Luca Yates! That's incredible! You won't see a game finishing like that again this season, surely. Luca Yates, an unlikely hero for Hawke's Bay, pitches the game for Tauranga.
An unlikely candidate for the last second shot. He steps up to the plate, look at it, goes in the face of the Whai, who thought they had it in the bag. Turns out you only need 1.8 seconds left to change the fate of your team. Luca Yates, only his second 3 of the game for the win. And there's still time left on the clock.
0.3 of a second. Wow. Well, let's see what Tauranga can do here. And it's been taken by that man, Luca Yates. And a 1-point win is Hawke's Bay's. Well, what about the drama down the stretch of that game? And what about Luca Yates, the Australian, born in Christchurch, with two big plays right at the end. There's Jaden Bazan. You got to feel sorry for him after he nailed that three.
Unreal. See, I'm still speechless. You see it here. Kobe Carter with that 4-point play.
Wow.
You see the small tap, able to get it up.
Yeah, the free throw was nailed there by Kobe Carter to give Hawke's Bay that 1-point lead. Then we saw this from Bazan. Was just what you can see the clock ticking down there. He let it fly with only 2 seconds left. Amazing shot from Jaden Bazan. 1.8 left. And then we got this from Luca Yates. Unreal, Kaysen, unreal.
This is the basketball we sign up to see. Great effort from both teams. Luca Yates with the big-time clutch three. Breaking the home court spell.
Great scenes there. And there's Darnell Cowart out of the game injured. Right in there as Hawke's Bay get that 1-point win. That's tough on Tauranga, who fought all the way to the end in that game. Jackson Ball went a bit quiet near the end, but still a stellar game from him.
Well, yeah, he got it started for the Hawks with 33. Oh boy, massive game for him. Career night, 24 points, 7 assists for Bairstow. He was struggling a bit, but distributing the ball extremely well. 17 rebounds for Yates, and the game winner to top it off. Kobe Carter with 10. Greta with 9, and you see Bairstow again, 3 steals. So he was doing it all everywhere else on the stat sheet, and Greta again, 2 big blocks from him, and Swakala Bullock with 1. Great stuff from the Hawks.
Well, massive there. Jackson Ball gets the game MVP, locked up with 38% of the vote. But Luca Yates, the star, right when it really counted. Well done to him with that game winner right on the buzzer. Well, that wraps it up here from Napier. Certainly a thrilling game that went right the way to the end. And just one more reminder for you, the game's coming up over the next couple of days. The Bulls and the Nuggets to go at it tomorrow night from 7:30 at Pukekohe. And then we're in New Plymouth and Invercargill on Saturday for that double header with the Airs and Sharks at home. And then we end this little period with that Jets match against the Giants on Sunday. Well, there we are, folks. Doesn't get much better than that. The NZNBL does it with the Hawks with a thrilling victory, 88-87. Thanks for watching. Mā te wā.